My name is Joey Ingram, 1AK Chicago with Joey. Back on the podcast grind, guys. We had Phil Goffon down earlier this week on Monday. We did a video about the one drop, did we? I think so, on Wednesday. And then yesterday we had on Sean Deeb, who was fired up. Let's put it like that for sure. And next Monday we're having on my young friend, the Supreme Leader, Douglas K. Polk. That'll be Monday afternoon, I believe. And before we get into it, I do have one company that I didn't advertise. They're a sponsor of the podcast. I've read them for a couple times before in the past, and they said that hundreds of guys messaged them to get a stake on their site and to get coaching on their site. So they wanted to do some more. So it's imawhale.com. They do they sent me over this thing. I'm not going to read it all, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Shane, but they do largest and oldest staking groups. They staked me after Black Friday when all my money was on PokerStars, and I thought I was gonna have to go work at Subway and live with my parents. So I appreciate them helping me out back in the day. But I do coaching, they do staking, they provide capital, and they find you good games to play in. Email them, imawhale.com. That's it. That's all I got. And joining me today on the podcast is a young woman who has taken the poker world by storm, I think more than one time at this point in time. Anytime she goes deep, the people get really fired up about her. She has many fans out there. I actually don't know if I've ever met someone that said they didn't like her. So I don't know much about her outside of that. She is a poker player / lawyer, which is I don't actually know anyone else that's doing that at the same time. So I'm excited to find out more about her backstory and for everyone out there to kind of get to know more about her. We're joined by Kelly Minkin. What's up, Kelly? AKA Kelly Minkin, aka the illest. So I will call her the illest. We'll probably we'll bounce back and forth between nicknames. But what's going on, Kelly? What's happening?
Nothing really. I'm excited, looking forward to interacting with the fans and being on your podcast.
Kelly, the people out there, they were very much rooting for you to go deep in this main event. They were rooting for the final table. I think you might have had the most supportive of anyone I've really seen going deep in the main event.
Yeah, that was so exciting to have everyone. I think a big difference from last time I made a deep run is that, I already have some people that know who I am, a lot more friends in the poker community. So it was exciting to have people sweating me from day one, which was exciting. And I think the fact that ESPN did the coverage different this year was also an interesting experience because, my parents are at home sweating live when, in 2015, when I went deep, when it was on TV, everyone knew the result already. So that was exciting.
Yeah, we're when you go deep, are you getting thousands of messages from people on your phone and on social media and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's hard to not be distracted because part of me doesn't want to not respond and ignore people. That gives me kind of anxiety to make people think what is she doing? Why can't she write me back? But it's impossible to communicate with everybody, especially when it's ongoing. When you're playing and, everyone's like, congratulations, we're rooting for you. We want you to win. We, our fans from Australia. It's I wish I had more time to interact with everybody.
So you end up getting, what was it, 50th place this year?
Yeah, I got 50th.
What was what's place did you get in 2015? What was it?
29th.
29th. Yeah, I remember you were all over the coverage that year. You had on the cool shades. I don't know. You have your own style. It's your own unique fashion style. You got your own unique style of shades, and your style of play we saw this year is gangster, as Nick Schulman put it out there. Yeah, man. I feel like it's always it's been fun for people to be able to watch you. And I guess when you finish 50th, what's the end takeaway? Are you just drained at that point in time? Are you ready to go back to work? How are you sort of thinking after that point? Because the support you get, it's just coming in, and then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't exhausted.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I think hold on one second. I think last time it was a lot more exhausting because I had no experience playing a tournament for that many days. Coming into it this year, I knew what to expect. And once I busted, I was ready to keep playing, honestly. I didn't end up playing anymore because I busted, but I ended up playing the closer and cashing in that twice, the following day. I think I played that. So yeah, I felt really good. I felt ready to, keep going and keep the momentum going.
Are you mainly a tournament player or mainly a cash game player? Or do you sort of merge and play both?
I merge and play both. It really depends on the opportunity that presents itself. I used to play a lot more cash, and I traveled to California to play. And the games there haven't been so great in the last like 2 years. So I've spent more time playing tournaments. Not as much, not full time because I was still working. I'm not working currently, but up until like the beginning of this year, I was working full time. So wasn't really like, I was grinding every day. I'm just playing like when an opportunity comes and I have time to, fit it into my schedule, then I do that.
Are you only playing 2-card No Limit Hold'em, or you also play the great game of Limit Omaha as well too? Do you like to mix that in there?
No, I don't play PLO, but I do want to learn. So next time you do this whole get into PLO, I'm in. And I told you this, remember like a year ago, I'm like, whenever you do your little lab session, I'm in there. Like I know the basic rules, but I'm not a PLO player.
Not a PLO player. Yeah, I remember I had an idea, and I don't know. Listen, I get a lot of great ideas, and then I end up, sometimes I go here, sometimes I go there, and then the only constant for me is I play Limit Omaha and I do my podcast. So, but yeah, I like that idea that I had about a year ago, because I was looking back through the DMs and I went back over that, and I was reading
Let's do it. Let's do it, Joey.
So you're ready to go away from 2-card No Limit Hold'em and ready to go over to the great game, the Limit Omaha, the Devil's Game as they call it?
I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. I just need a good teacher.
Okay. Maybe we got a teacher in the chat out there. Who's out there in the chat? No, okay. That's it makes sense. Why do you want to play Limit Omaha? What makes you want to play the great game?
I mean, I think it would be great to learn all the games.
Better. This is great. Why do you want to play PLO?
Yeah, I think PLO would be fun. I know that, I'm kind of limited to what games I can play, obviously, because I only know one. And I guess I would like to learn mixed games at some point. Now that I'm not working full time, this would be like the perfect opportunity. So yes, I would love to learn. If anyone's watching the stream and wants to teach me, like write me a message.
Uh-oh, you're going to get messages now. Calm down, guys. Calm down. I see everyone getting excited out there at home right now. Take a goddamn step back and calm down first. So you said that you're not working. So you were working as a medical malpractice lawyer for a few years, right? And then you were doing that and playing poker, but now you're just playing poker full time?
I'm actually just not working full time right now. I was a practicing attorney full time for like 3.5 years, a little more than that. And then I was just like, I am not married. I don't have kids. I don't have any bills I can't pay. So let's just take like 6 months to a year off and just travel and relax, play some poker. So that's what I've been doing. It's been really awesome. I went to school since, from high school I went to college. From college I went to grad school. And then from grad school I went to work immediately after. I never took time off. So I was like, hey, I can just like rest on my laurels for a little bit. And so I've been doing that. I feel really good.
So what have you been spending your time on then for the first 7 months of the year?
So I've done a lot of traveling. I went to Colombia, went to Panama. I went to Cayman Islands, Mexico, Bahamas, Jamaica, Spain. And then I did a bunch of stuff in the States. I went to Utah, to South Carolina, to LA. I was in Vegas. I did the Havasupai Falls, which is in Arizona, but it was like incredible trip. It's like a 12-mile hike into this canyon in the Grand Canyon, a specific canyon, and it's like immaculately beautiful. So I've just been doing stuff like that, spending time with my family and friends and playing some poker along the way.
Do you have a prop bet to try to visit 200 cities this year or something like that, or?
No, but if Bill Perkins wants to offer me $100,000 to do so, like, hit me up, Bill. Hit me up.
Listen, Perkins does like making bets. I don't know. Maybe he'll make you a bet you can't visit 1,000 cities in 1 year. It sounds like you're about halfway there or something like that.
Nah, not that many. I like to like take it easy, Like even when I travel, I'm not like going. I like to just kind of spend my time as a local more so, and then like a tourist.
What's your GTO approach to traveling in a new city? Because I know in the past for me, when I went and traveled somewhere outside the country, my approach would be stay in the hotel and play online poker. So I assume you're probably not doing that. You're probably going out and actually kind of seeing things, or what?
Yeah, I mean, not even though, like, more so just walk. Like, when I was in Barcelona, for example, we went to two um, football games, which were really fun. And then just, local restaurants and bars, just walking the streets more so than like seeing um, tourist stuff. Like, I didn't even see the Sagrada Familia. Uh, what is it, like a church? Because I wanted to wait until it's done. I don't know. It's done in like 10 years. They've been working on it for like over 100 years. I'm like, I'll just wait 10 years and see the completed project. So I skipped a bunch of stuff like that and just, hung out.
They've been working on a church for 100 years?
Yeah, over 100.
There's some slow people right there, man. Not having that church done. 100-year church, guys. Someone in the chat, maybe if you know more information about this church, let me know because I'm curious about this church here. Yeah, so when you travel, are you playing poker online at all as well, or do you just stick to playing the casinos?
Yeah, I just stick to playing the casinos. Like when I was in Barcelona, I played a little bit there, but I don't really have a lot of experience playing online. I've played like somewhat, but I just try to like stay away from it because when I'm not at the casino, I'd like to just be present in my life and not be like on my computer or watching TV or, I try to avoid stuff like that.
So is your plan to take off for how long do you plan to take off? Or are you just planning to take off for a year or take off for more than that and kind of see if you like it or see if you don't like it? Or are you considering maybe making poker your primary only thing here for the foreseeable future? Or what do you kind of think about that?
So my original plan out of law school was to open my own practice. And I think a lot of people do leave law school and instantly open their own practice, but I think the failure rate on that is relatively high. So I wanted to get my feet wet, get some experience, which I did. And then I'm planning on opening my own firm with a friend of mine from law school in the next probably 2 years. So I don't see myself taking enough. I have a few job offers actually, but I'm not planning on really going that route. I'd like to, be able to manage my own schedule like indefinitely. And I think the way to do that is to be your own boss. So that's what I'm working on.
Will this be in Arizona or will this be on?
Yeah, it'll be in Arizona. Arizona is going to be my home base permanently. I don't see that ever changing. So yeah, it would be here. Plus, I'm not trying to take the bar again. So unless we have reciprocity in a state I would want to practice and move in, then no, I'm not doing that again.
What was the word you just used? Reza what?
Reciprocity. So when you're an attorney, you take the bar in the state you want to practice in. But there's some states that have reciprocity, which means that you can practice in another state that has that agreement. It doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about it. You'll never need.
Listen, I'm always on the lookout for a lawyer. I'm sure I'm going to be in trouble one day, and I'm going to need a lawyer for something. So I just try to make sure I have lawyers in every single sort of every single area.
Jurisdiction.
Well, I mean, maybe just every area of the law, but jurisdictions, that'd be a lot to handle. I've actually never been to Arizona, except I drove through there one time, and that's my experience in Arizona. So nice. I've heard it's a very out-of-line place in Phoenix, in Arizona, at University of Arizona and Arizona State. So that's what I know about. Arizona. Out of line down there.
It's real out of line. If you like to drink and party, then Scottsdale is the place for you. There's a lot of fun. I don't know anything about that whole area, but from what I've heard, it's fun. Allegedly,
this is the spot. In law, do they use the word allegedly often? Because I personally love using that word.
It depends on what area of law, I think.
Okay, because I always figure like when they're presenting a case or something like that, they're always talking about allegedly this person did this person did that. So I don't know if they use allegedly or if they just say, no, this person did that, and they try to prove the case.
Well, it depends on what side you're arguing, right? If you want to be like really strong with your argument, you wouldn't say allegedly. You would just assert it as a fact.
Okay. Okay. I like to leave it more open. I like to say allegedly I heard this, or allegedly this happened. So
yeah. If you don't want to pigeonhole yourself and you're not sure, then definitely say allegedly. You don't want to ever have to backtrack and be like, never mind.
So you mentioned that you've been in school pretty much your entire life, and like a video I watched said you wanted to be a surgeon growing up. which I actually have not met many people that aspire to be a surgeon. So you want to be a surgeon growing up, and then that somehow went into you becoming a lawyer. How did that sort of thing happen?
Yeah, so I've always been passionate about medicine since I was little. I've always read books on, anatomy or psychology, and I've also had a very creative side. So since I was young, I've always wanted to immerse those two strengths of mine and passions. And I always thought that if I were to be a surgeon, that would be like the perfect medley of those two. And so that was my goal since, I can remember. And I always focused on getting into medical school. And then it was just, I put so much pressure on myself that I kind of avoided doing it. So instead of applying to medical school, I was like, I'll just apply to law school, because you technically don't have to study to take the LSAT. It's like an IQ test. It's on logic and reasoning. So I'm like, okay, I could just wing this. So I took a practice test and I was like, okay, well, I could get into law school right now without trying. So that was like a relief for me. So I ended up doing that, and then I was like, oh, this is easy, so I'll just finish it. And then the rest is history.
And then no surgeon. Have you ever have you ever thought about doing that as well, or going back for that, or amateurly doing that on the side, if that's possible, maybe in Mexico or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean, honestly, if I were to make enough money playing poker, like if I were to final table the main, I would go to medical school. I think that would be like, that's my one thing. I think if I had the time and energy to do it, I would 100%.
So if you make enough money at poker, then you'll go back to med school then?
I will apply to medical school. Yeah. If I got in, that would be incredible. I'm I love school and I like learning. So I've definitely considered going back to school. Just not necessarily for a career path, more so just to be more knowledgeable.
Do you spend a lot of time studying, like reading books, and you spend a lot of time maybe like watching YouTube videos on different topics and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us get like stuck in the wormhole where we find one interesting topic and then like 3 hours later we're in a black hole of like the information. So yeah, I mean, I find myself that happening to me often.
My friend Jonathan Bales in the chat, the gambling Olympics champion himself, says, Poppy, ask Kelly her thoughts on student loans.
Oh my God. Student loans, they suck. I mean, I could get deep into the political aspect of it, but I think it's really unfortunate that, it's a deterrent from people applying or going to school, higher education. And I think we're very warped into believing that, going to school is more so about obtaining a career as opposed to just learning the information. That was a big mistake I made when I was younger, is not focusing on actually learning the information, more so doing it to pass my class or to go to the next thing. I wish I would have spent more time like actually learning the material than just learning it to move to the next stage.
Do you think you only start to gain that perspective as you get a little bit older? Because I know back in the day, I used to just go to school just to pass, and I was never trying to retain any information. I didn't even know that was like a goal of school at the time, was to actually remember things. So, but I feel like once you get older and you're like, oh shit, maybe I should actually pay attention and let that information seep in me, rather than just passing it, forgetting about it, and then having that be the way I operated in school.
I think for sure it comes with age, because I think when you're in school, you don't really understand how to apply the information you're given outside of like just the test you're going to be given at the end of the class. And even in more deeply into that topic is that I think how schools are structured and how we are taught in the US is like completely needs to be revamped. But I'll save that whole conversation for another time because it's really boring. But yeah, I think schools in general have a long way to go for people to not only learn the information, but to retain it.
Yeah, I've studied a little bit about the education system in America this year, and studied it in other places and kind of the differences. And I think I actually met someone when I did a Poker Central show. One of the guys who did that show, he was talking about how he has his kids go to some custom school where it's a different curriculum, a different way of learning. It's nothing like it is in regular school. And he said that's what a lot of these people in New York City are doing out there, is they're sending their kids to these schools because they think that the traditional education system is not very optimal. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see some changes in the future, but it doesn't seem like there is anything on the horizon anytime soon, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, there are some innovators. Like there's this, I forget his first name, but it's called Khan Academy, Kahn, and they teach students like how to learn math, actually learn it. I think we've all like been in school and taken a math class and been like, nobody understands what's going on. It's because of how you teach an individual how to retain that information and how to apply it. If you're not teaching them how to apply it, then it's meaningless. So I think there are innovators, and I think, in 20 years it'll be a lot different.
We'll see, man. Hopefully we'll see a poker academy sometime soon. Get those kids started at a young age, maybe 3 years old, get them studying game theory. I know Phil Galfon's going to have a kid here soon. We're going to need to make sure that kid is the hope of American poker. So I don't know, maybe a poker.
Tell the Galfons we should start with their kids. Start them young. Just teach them only poker, and let's just see what happens.
I agree. Why not? That's what I actually proposed that idea, believe it or not, to Phil the other day. And I don't know if they're going to be into it. I don't know if him and Farrah are going to like that idea, but why not? I mean, I don't know. I could see Jason Mercier's kid just gambling from the age of 2 months.
Yeah, they already have him online, I think, clicking buttons. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think there was actually a photo posted where he was playing online. No, I don't know if that breaks any terms of service or anything like that, but no one had a problem with it. So
right,
why not, man? Why not? What's kind of like your poker schedule for you when you like, I guess right now in mid-July, are you playing cash games throughout the week, or are you just chilling? Are you more travel right now? What's kind of your approach to the game of poker?
I kind of go as the day progresses. If I feel like playing, I'll play, but not like on a rigorous schedule. I don't go to the casino every day. I don't play multiple tournaments unless it's over the summer. I do like going to Florida to play the Hard Rock series because I think they're really great. But for the most part, I keep it really low key. I when you don't see me out, it's because I'm just not out. I'm not in some secret hideout playing poker. So I like to take it easy.
Is there other games you can play when you're at home, which I'm assuming you're at home right now?
I'm at home right now. No, I mean, not really. I'm not as immersed into poker as I used to be. Like when I was in law school, I was playing cash a lot. And now, not so much.
Did you started playing when you were in school, correct?
Yeah, in school, when I was in school.
You just find it at the, like, how'd you find poker? Was it just something that you went to the casino and you found it there, or did you watch it on television and then kind of find it that way?
No, I never watched poker on TV. I played just for fun or with neighbors. Like we'd play little home games and stuff. And then when I was in law school, I lived with my mom for a year because I wasn't sure if I was staying in law school. I was considering going to medical school if I didn't like it. So I lived with my mom for my first year of law school, and she was like 10 minutes away from the casino in Phoenix. So it was really easy for me to go. And then I just kept going because it was fun and I was winning. So it made it really easy.
So when you started off playing, did you always have this, how would I describe it? Hyper aggressive style? I don't think I'm doing an accurate description. I feel like you have a very, you're past hyper aggressive. After anyone that shoves all in with the king 7, I believe, on an ace queen board, that person's a crazy person to me. I like it. That's a person that would enjoy the great game of Limit Omaha, by the way, too, because you need some heart to make some plays like that as well. But did you always have that style when you started off, or did you start off a type player and then you sort of just went from there? Or what was your progression like in terms of getting better at the game?
Well, I mean, the king 8 hand, I think it's so funny because people thought that was like such a wild play. And like I get from like, if you don't see the entire dynamic of the table, right, like it's like looks insane. And it's crazy because I really don't, I don't think I've ever done anything like that. But like the opportunity presented itself and it was so obvious he didn't have, like, what is he check raising you with on that board? Like if it's the 5% chance he's like raising with a monster, then fuck it, he's getting all my chips, like whatever. But I know this guy, and I look at his face, and I'm just like, he's just so uncomfortable. As soon as I like don't snap fold, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? I think he realized he made a mistake, and once I realized he made a mistake, I was like, fuck you. And then I just shoved on him. It wasn't that big of a decision for me. So, but yeah, I mean, I do play a hyper aggressive style, and I like playing that way because it throws people off. So, you know, it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to do that now because people know me and they know how I play. But, you know, when I go to sit at a poker table and nobody knows me and I'm playing like that, I get, you know, the result I typically want, which is what I'm looking for. You know, if I can win pots by being aggressive, then I'm going to be aggressive.
So let me walk past that approach. So the guy check raises you and you say fuck you. I don't think he has anything. So that's the way that goes.
I was like, I would have bet money obviously on the fact that he didn't have anything. Like I knew when I downsized bet on that flop that it would potentially induce him to raise. So yeah, I just went with how I felt I should play the hand at the moment, and that's, you know, how I play most of my hands. I make decisions like on the spot.
I thought I was the only one who shoved all in with the idea of saying fuck you in my head when I shoved all in on someone else. I thought, I'm glad to know it's not just me because I make plays like that. I'm like, man, fuck this guy, all in. And then, you know, hopefully, and then when they snap call you a top set, you know, you got to get there somehow.
Okay, that's okay. You know, you have quads. Good job. Like, I knew you had quads, so you didn't have shit. Congrats. That's okay.
Sometimes you got to lose, right? Sometimes you got to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's part of the game is like you're not going to make every decision the right decision, and you're not going to win every pot, even if you do make the right decision. So why would I like rack my brain over a decision that I was confident in, even if it's wrong? I can't question myself when the majority of the time it works for me. Then, you know, occasionally it's not going to work, and I have to be okay with that, or I shouldn't be playing that way.
So I guess you could say, I mean, sometimes you might say you should question a lot of the plays you make, even if they work out. You sort of question why it worked out, or question how it worked out, or question, I guess, why your style works the way it does. And do you ever think about that when it comes down to maybe like a hand like that too? Like, why would a play like that work, or why would that person be more inclined to check raise against you, or anything like that? I guess I'm assuming you think about all these things pretty often.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm constantly thinking about those things, and that's why, you know, a decision like that, or the decision to call, I think it was day 4 or whatever, the hero call I made to bust that guy.
Yeah, with the pair of kings, I believe it was.
Yeah, king 7. Like, those are decisions that I'm making in the moment from multiple different reasons. So yeah, I mean, in the moment, it's easy for me, and outside of the moment, looking in, it looks really hard, but it's not. You know, the guy that bluffed me with or I guess semi-bluff with the Jack 8 when I had King 7, I knew prior to even seeing a flop that was the action that was going to take place, because he had done that like 3 or 4 times in that orbit. Like, I don't know what was going on in his head, if he thought that, oh, this is the last level, like everyone's fatigued, I'm going to just put max pressure on these people. So like, I knew when I called that bet pre-flop, like I had to be prepared to like put all my chips in the middle, or I shouldn't be calling pre-flop. So like, knowing that, and when I hit a pair, I swear to you, it felt like I had the nuts. Like, I just was I was excited because I'm like, I know he's going to bet this way. There's a chance that I'm beat, but like, this could be the tournament right here, like winning this pot. So like, that was my thought process even before I saw the flop turn in river. So like, yeah, I mean, it was like a semi-tough call in the river, but like not really, because I knew he was doing that. So no, it's not that hard.
So she's referring to the hand where she called a raise, I believe, out of position. The flop was ace, king, something else, and she had king 7.
Ace, king 8.
And then a queen came at some point in time. The queen came on the turn, or queen came on the river there?
River.
Okay, so yeah, the queen came on the river, and then you called him down with the king, and you were good. And yeah, that was a pretty sick hand for sure too. Was that on a feature table as well, or was that just on an update somewhere?
No, it was just on an update. It was on an update, and like, I mean, the cameras may have gotten it. I honestly don't know, because I was so focused on like my decision-making process at that time. Like, I didn't want to have whether the cameras were there, reporters there or not, like, affect how I'm playing this hand. So, you know, when he shoved the river and I'm looking at him, like, his entire body language changed, which, you know, like, I know there's people who argue that there are live reads and there's people who argue that there aren't live reads, but I mean, like, it was so completely obvious that his hand wasn't strong. And like, I've been so certain of those spots before and been completely wrong. But like I said, like, I know that that's the risk I'm taking if I'm going off of a live read. Like, I know there's a risk that I could be wrong.
So do some people say that live reads don't exist at all? Because I don't see how that can be. I mean, they have to exist in some capacity.
I mean, I don't know if they say they don't exist, but I know that a lot of people don't use live tells to affect their decision-making processes when they're in a hand.
I guess it makes sense. I'm trying to get better because I mainly play online, but even when I go play some live, and I normally don't even really pay attention sometimes. I just play my style and play my game, and I have ideas of what tendencies of what other people are doing, or I think I have an idea what they're doing, but I don't, you know, who knows sometimes. But I've been trying to pay more attention to what people do and try to pick up on things. And I guess I'm not good at picking up anything right now, but I do think if you pay more attention to it over time and keep focusing on it, you're going to get better and better at it. And I just can't see how live reads don't exist. Like there has to be something, right? Even if it's an extreme thing, if someone like coughs every time they're bluffing you, well, then I'm sure someone out there does that. So there's definitely a live read that exists. It's just a matter of kind of finding out where it lies on the spectrum of obvious or not obvious.
Right. And I think that there's some there's some gray area too, because people do like false live tells, which I saw actually a bunch this summer. People like faking like they're nervous, and that's kind of hard to decipher between people who are actually nervous if you don't know like what to look for. So, you know, I've spent a lot of time paying attention to people's body language. I've read some material on, you know, micro expressions and just how people act when they're lying. And I think that that's translated a lot into my career as an attorney, because I've used all that information that I've amassed over the years to help me in my career as well, which I think, you know, gives me a benefit in the sense that it gives me some like street credibility, so to speak. Like, if I'm in a group of attorneys that have, you know, 100 years of experience over me, if I'm in a group of attorneys and I'm the newbie, and they're willing to listen to what I have to say because of my experience in poker, like, that's huge for me. And that's what I love, that it can help, you know, the career paths I've chosen help me in both aspects.
Do you find that that poker is a relatable thing you can talk about with other people when you're practicing law?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in my legal, a lot of the work since, you know, this last run, but I get a lot of people recognizing me or wanting to talk poker with me. Like, I'll go to deposition and someone will be, "Oh, aren't you Kelly Minkin? You play poker, right?" So, you know, it's common practice for attorneys to Google the other attorney before you're going to a meeting with them. So it's good and bad. You know, some people respect me more because of the success I've had in poker, and I think some people take me less seriously, but more so people respect me more because of it.
That's interesting. I guess do people do they say they recognize you from ESPN? Because I don't know. I mean, I feel like a lot of people definitely know who you are just from being on ESPN and them showing you. If you go deep, it seems like in one of these things, like Will Kossuth. Will Kossuth turned into the most famous poker player in the entire world. He went deep in one main event. Now everyone's like, he's the best player of all time. Like, he's my favorite player. It's crazy how much, and it's probably happen again this year for you again too, because once those actual episodes start coming out as well, I'm sure you're going to be on there a lot as well too. So it's pretty crazy just how big of an impact ESPN can have on the general public who pays absolutely no attention to poker, knowing who you are, knowing who these poker players are. It's wild, man.
Yeah, for sure. It is crazy. It's exciting, but it's also weird at the same time to like have people think that I'm a celebrity. Like I'm a normal, regular person that just happened to go deep in a tournament. So it's like, it's cool, but it's weird. It's definitely weird.
What makes it weird?
That I consider myself relatively introverted and not a celebrity. And people are not only like fans of mine, but like starstruck sometimes when they meet me. And so I try to like tone that down by like being like, I'm just a normal person. I'm nice. You know, I try to, be friendly with everyone. So occasionally that does backfire, but I'd rather not let it jade me and just try to, be a positive impact on people.
What's the weirdest interaction you've had with someone who came up to you and said that they were a fan of yours?
I've had a couple. One guy asked if he could take a picture of my feet. And I said no.
What? He walked up to you and said, "Can I take a photo of your feet?"
Yes.
Did you like him?
No. I got pretty weirded out. He said he was a massage therapist and that he would rub them for me too. And I just walked away at that point. He was serious.
What the hell? Omega low for sure. Oh my God. Is that for real? Oh my gosh. I mean, has he ever talked to you again? I mean, did he contact you again?
I never saw him again, which I guess scares me a little bit because maybe he's around somewhere and just like he's not in my line of vision. So
do people want to see my feet right now? I'll put my feet up if they want. I know they'll have feet.
Put them up.
Listen, if you put up your feet, I'll put up my feet. Okay, I can't.
You first.
All right, fine. See. See, it's need to be wild, a little dirty. What is what it is. Okay, first foot shown on the Poker Live podcast. That is what it is.
Nice.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Wait, are you not showing your feet? What happened?
Yeah. I don't know if I can lift them that high.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Calm down, guy. Calm down.
Calm down.
I see that guy out there. He just got turned on. He typed out. He typed something out in the chat. Calm down.
Calm down. Guys,
calm down.
Chill.
That's actually one of my sayings when I say chill, calm down.
There we go. Take a deep breath. Everything's okay.
Poppy, aka the foot guy. Listen, I'm not the foot guy. That's a goddamn fact. Okay, I am not the foot guy.
That's a goddamn fact.
Yeah, I
maybe you will be after this podcast.
Do you think that me seeing your feet will somehow develop me into having some foot fetish or something like that, or what?
I don't want to think about that. I don't think so. You didn't get a good enough look. That's
true.
That's true.
Luckily, there's replay, and I can go pause it there, and then have that screenshot, and then I can go. Yeah.
Right.
Our feet GTO now. No, feet are not GTO, Justin. No, they're not. Nothing about feet are GTO.
Well, how are feet not GTO? If you don't have feet, you don't have shit. They're the most GTO.
I mean, you could just get fake like the implants on your legs or on your feet or whatever like that.
You could, yeah. But wouldn't you rather just have regular feet that you never had to take off?
Maybe feet are GTO. Maybe I see why people are into these kind of things.
Feet are GTO.
So why would a person want a photo of the feet then? That's the thing I can't figure
I don't know. People are weird. You asked me what the weirdest interaction is, and I told you. So, I mean, the rest is to your imagination.
I actually think one of the weirdest interactions I've had with a fan is my man Will Kossuth. Okay? My man Will Kossuth might have provided the weirdest interaction for me. But shout out to Will.
What did he say?
It wasn't something that he said. It was a night out that we had one night. I took him a little out of the line night, a little excess nightclub night, and it was interesting. I met Will this summer. He was really nice to me.
What did he say?
What did he say to you?
He introduced himself and said that he was a fan and wanted to take a picture, and so I took a picture with him, and he wished me good luck.
Did he send you a message afterwards? Anything like that, or
no?
What?
I haven't heard from him, but he seemed like a nice guy to me.
Yeah, I don't think he's not a nice guy. He's just a little strange. You know what I mean? I don't think he's not a nice dude. Okay. I think he's not. solid intentions, right? He wants to marvelous. He's trying to make poker great again. He thinks he's making poker great again. So
this is the thing though, like, okay, if you're in the poker community, right, you know that there are not a lot of personalities in poker inherently. And so when an opportunist sees that as an opportunity to be a star, you can't really blame him for trying. I mean, you may disagree with his approach, but like literally anyone with a brain could show up in the poker community, play D- poker and have a personality and be a star. So it's like, yeah, all the poker people are like concerned about being the best poker player. So like, don't knock the guy that wants to be a celebrity out of it. Like, whatever, he's getting his piece too.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Yeah, I don't have much issue with Will as other people do. I don't know. Like we had Sean Deeb on the podcast yesterday. To be fair, Will did ask Sean's wife if Sean was his is Sean your brother? So I can understand like the desire. If I'm my wife's there and then Will Kossuth comes up and says, "Yo, is Joey your bro?" Or I might feel some type of way about it too. So I can understand that. But
like, what type of way? Who cares?
Wait, what?
What type of way would you feel? Like, who cares? Will asked Sean Deeb if his wife was his sister. Maybe he was trying to be funny and it just was a bad joke.
Maybe.
Who cares?
Listen, Will, I care, okay? So if I end up having my wife at the final table, you go ask her if she's my brother, all right? I'm going to go find your wife, and I'm going to ask her if you're her brother, okay?
Joe, you got to get married first for that. What do you mean?
It's a solid point. I don't see that happening. I don't know. When are you getting married, Kelly? That's the people in the chat want to know. I've been ignoring that question. Listen, guys, I see you asking the question. What they want to know. When's you don't have you single, but no boyfriend, nothing like that, or what?
I'm not single, but I'm not engaged. I'm not getting married anytime soon, I don't think. But yeah, I'm in a relationship. I think it makes it a little bit difficult for like the fan base sometimes because it's very overwhelming, and I think it creates, a little awkwardness in a relationship if you are a relationship. And like, I'm getting people who are like, "Hey, can I take a picture? Can I, rail you for 5 days?" Whatever the case, it's a little uncomfortable sometimes, but it comes with the territory,
So you think it's uncomfortable for being in a relationship then?
Just in the sense of like when you have fans coming up to you or like people wanting to interact with you, it's like, when do you know when they're being fans and when do you know when they're trying to hit on you? It's like a thin line. Because I try to be friendly with my fans, and then it's like, if I get a message and I'm like, "Oh, thank you for the support," and then the next message is like, "Hey, can we get dinner? Or can we, go on a date?" It's like, how do I decipher between people who are just trying to get a date with me or people who just genuinely are fans and want to interact with me? Because if you're genuinely a fan and want to interact with me, that's great, and I support that. If you're trying to get a date with me online, on social media, like, please save the shit for Joey.
Well, to be fair, I get those same messages from guys, and they want to hang out with me too. I don't know if they're trying to have sex with me on these dates. I honestly, I don't know. I don't ask, but I can understand that. I can't imagine. I see some of the creepy comments that some women get, and I can't imagine what's it even like to decipher between someone who maybe wants to have a legitimate friendly discussion or whatever, or they're a fan, and then someone who wants to go on a date with you. I just assume that when you're a girl, most guys that message you want to go on dates with you. If girls message me on Instagram or on Twitter, I just assume that they're trying to get out of line, which, I mean, listen, it's a very, very concrete theory that I don't think can be argued. If women are messaging you on social media first, typically they do want to go on a date. They want to hang out. They want to get together. That's what I've learned from my experience. So I can't imagine being a woman and then having men message you. I would assume that most men that message you have that same desire as well.
Right. And so this is where my problem lies, because I like to give every person, just whether it's a stranger or whether it's someone I know, the benefit of the doubt. I don't like making assumptions based on conjecture. So I like to give people opportunities to interact with me, to, take a picture with me, whatever. And then once you make it uncomfortable for me, then I'll back up, which, may not be the best way to handle things. I think it has backfired on me a few times, whether it's with fans or friends or whatever. But that's how I've decided I want to spend my time in my life and how I want to live. So, you know, if I get a message from somebody that's congratulating me, I'm not going to be like, oh, that maybe they want to, you know, have sex with me, so I'm not going to write them back. I'm just going to take it at face value, you know, like, and I kind of have to disagree with you in the sense that, like, if you get a message from someone on social media or a woman, that it means they want to hook up with you. Because I've messaged people multiple times, whether it's just to congratulate them or to, you know, say something nice. And that doesn't mean like I'm trying to sleep with you. I'm just trying to be nice, you know, like when I think this was at the end of the year when Dan Smith and I forget another poker player, they ran that charity drive and like, you know, had raised all this money for charity. Like I didn't want to make it. It was a personal message to Dan, just being like, I think that's super, you know, cool what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I wasn't trying to have sex with Dan Smith. I was just saying like, hey, like, that's really cool. Like, you've inspired me in some type of way to be better. So I feel like when whether it's a man or a woman, when someone does something right, like, you should give props for that.
I definitely can see that. Kind of thinking about that more because I guess that I'm not necessarily sex, but hang out. And when I base this opinion, this is based off. This has been in the lab. Okay, this isn't theoretical. This is tried. This is lab tested over the past 7 years. This is lab tested information right here. And of course, you're going to have some people that message you and they say congratulations, and it's totally meant to not be that way. But that's very rare. What I found, very rare.
Yeah, and you may be right. It may be rare, but like I said, I don't. You know, from like a statistical standpoint, I'd try to ignore that and just give people like whatever they present themselves at face value.
That's what I'm going to try doing then. I'm going to
just try
the rest of this month. I usually just don't talk to people when they message me because I think it can get overwhelming at times. And I don't know, it's just kind of, I don't know.
It's very overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. It's definitely a task, but like, to have people come up to me and be like, hey, you know, you wrote me 3 years ago and I'm still following you, or like, you know, I like to leave a positive, you know, feeling on people, mm-hmm. however limited their interaction with me is. And I feel like that makes me feel good at the end of the day. I can run into people who remember me from 4 years ago playing with me, and they're like, oh, do you remember you were telling me about this? Or they remember things about me, and it's a pleasant interaction when like I'm at the table with people and we can chit chat and laugh and joke and be friendly with each other, instead of me like shutting off and saying, oh, I don't want to give these people the wrong impression. I don't want to, you know, get unwanted or unwarranted attention. Like, whatever, it comes with the territory, and like, you got to take the good with the bad.
Have you ever thought about doing sponsorships or anything like that? Have any sites or anything like that reached out to you before? Because it seems like you'd be a great person for a site to work with in some capacity. Even most companies in poker, I think you'd be a great person for them to work with.
Yeah, so I've actually had a couple opportunities. Some I declined and some I'm considering right now. I think that it's important, given the history in poker and, you know, with Ultimate Bet and a couple other companies that, you know, tarnish some people's image or reputation. You have to be really careful with like who you align yourself with and what type of company you represent. And that's really important to me to, if I am representing a company, that I can stand behind them 100%. I know that like when I went deep in the main this year, 888 did approach me, and they had prior in 2015. But I really didn't feel great about how I was approached and, you know, how I was approached. So, you know, there's some instances where I feel like people, and this may be not true, but from my perception, I feel like a lot of people, when they get an opportunity to be on a feature table, you know, they jump on the opportunity to get patched up because you're patched up, and you know you're technically they're a professional poker player for that day or however long you're contracted with them for. But for me, it's like, you know, if you're not compensating me for my time and treating me in a way that I feel like I deserve to be treated, then don't approach me. You know, there's a reason I haven't represented a brand up to this point, because of the reasons I've explicitly stated. Like, you have to be offering me something besides monetary compensation. You know, like how are you fulfilling me? So yeah, I mean, I'm currently, I have a few meetings and we will see. But currently, no, I'm not sponsored by anyone.
What happened with 888? How did they approach you in a way that wasn't good?
Well, the representative had approached me and said, like, hey, can we make a deal this year? Because they had offered me like some real lowball offer in 2015. I was just like, is this a joke or are you serious? Like, you know, this is a $10,000 buy-in tournament. Like, what do you, I don't know. I was like a little offended in 2015. And then this year they approached me and I pretty much said like, no. And then he said, the guy had mentioned something about getting bad karma because I showered them. Like, you know, Scott Bloomstein wore our patch and he won. So I'm just saying, you know, if you wear the patch, you'll probably do well. But now that you're not, you know, karma, something about karma. And I was just really like turned off by that comment. And he said it, and then like he said it a few times. And I was walking with my dad, like after I'd busted, and I ran into him and he mentioned it again. I'm just like, do you think this is going to get me to like try to represent your company? Or are you just some like brand representative that is like thinks that trying to bully me into this or like threatening me with like bad karma is gonna, because that even just makes me less want to have your patch on my chest. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit ridiculous. I don't know. I haven't heard of that happening anytime recently. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Is it like a known person or is it like a?
It was someone, I don't know who he was. I think he's their brand, the guy who gives other people patches to wear, you know, when they're deep in the main event. But yeah, I can't, you know, if I'm going to represent a company, I want it to be long-term and I want to be able to stick and like build the brand together. I want to be able to help, you know, long-term. If you want me to wear, you know, 888's like, oh, this is just for one day, you just wear the patch. But yeah, but that's on TV forever. And my face is forever affiliated with your brand. So I'm just not comfortable doing something like that. You know, I just don't think it's worth the money. I don't think it's worth the, you know, loss of potential branding ability, you know, in the future.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big reason why I don't work with any companies at all is I don't work with any poker sites. I guess I work with the person I work with the most is going to be Doug and Upswing Poker, and I'll promote them and I'll have people on when they do courses and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm always very careful. I did maybe like I did a video before for ACR back in the day when I first started doing content, and then they started getting more and more shady, and I'm not messing around with them. Even a lot of the companies and even the websites, you know, it's just always, you never know, right? You never know with some of these poker sites. I've been approached by a lot of these Asian sites and some of these sites that aren't party poker or poker stars. And I just don't think the upside overweighs the downside that comes from that, or sending people to these sites, or who really knows in poker these days. There's so many hustles going on out there that I think it's better just to be safe than to drive your people to get slaughtered by who knows where you're driving them to like that.
For sure. Like, I feel somewhat of a responsibility to the people who follow me that, you know, I don't want to lead them down something I can't vouch for. You know, if you look at my content on Twitter, like I'm not promoting anything. I'm just like being me and like, you know, being silly and being goofy and like supporting my friends when, you know, the time comes. It's not, you know, everything on there is me. So, and it's always going to be that way. If I'm representing a company, then I can say that I stand behind that company. If I'm not wearing a patch, and that's why I can't do that. Like, you can't do that for every company. So,
a couple people in the comments. Chad Anzalon says he heard the guy from 888 was promoted from the cell phone charger stand.
it's possible. I mean, I don't know. He definitely wasn't rude. It was just like a weird vibe, you know. It was like, are you serious? You know, it's like
they're also foreign. I think coincidentally enough they're Israeli. I believe they're Israeli. A lot of the guys I've met from 888 that I've talked to before, I think are from Israel, but I could be wrong on that. And I don't know what that means, but I do know that the phone charger guys are also hailing from Israel too. So I don't know if there's some, who knows, man. I don't really know. Is it National Tank Top Day? Jody says, every day for me is National Tank Top Day. My friend said yes. I wear a tank top. Even Kelly's got a tank top on today too. So
yeah, we planned it.
We did plan it. We planned it. Correct. Yes. Mine says GTO is a way of life, though. What is? Whoa! Don't get the guys. Calm down.
Whoa.
Calm down, Kelly.
Calm down.
Calm down, Kelly. I know we're an hour into it right now, but
we're an hour in. Wow, I feel like we just scratched the surface.
I know that's how the podcast goes. This is how it works. So you end up talking, and then all of a sudden an hour goes by, and then you're like, "Wow, I didn't even realize an hour went by."
I know, it's crazy.
That's
Well, do the fans have any more questions, or the viewers?
Oh, the fans have questions for sure. How much do they pay for the patch? Chad Anzalon asks.
I'm not gonna say, just because I don't want to put. I've already put 888 on blast a little bit. So it was definitely less than the buy-in of the main event. I'll tell you guys that.
If I knew, I would tell you guys. Don't worry, but I don't know. But I'll find out now. But I don't know.
You can find out. Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
It wasn't a lot.
It was less than the buy-in of the tournament, which I thought was absurd. And maybe I just don't know what the normal offer is, but yeah, I had to shower them.
I mean, how can they possibly be paying that much money to people? They're giving out hundreds of patches. They can't be giving 10,000 everyone, but I actually don't even understand how they get value if they pay out. If so many people wear these patches, like where's the value coming from in having 7 players wear an 888 patch? I mean, I guess it has to be there, obviously, but I guess I just don't know why it makes that big a difference.
I'm not really sure. And I think that's probably why they can offer you a small amount of money. And, if 20% of the people take it, then they have 6 patches on TV. It's like everyone's wearing an 888 patch. The side of the board or side of the table has 888. The table has 888. So, I don't know. You can't knock them for trying to promote their company. It's like, it is what it is,
That's true. Kelly's video has gone to a avatar right now. So
yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Am I back yet? It just says K where I am.
Not yet. It's still a blue person.
Let me try to.
Let's give some shout outs while Kelly's in the lab figuring this out. Who we got in the chat out there today, boys? Who we got out there? I see a couple women out there. I see my girl Sasha in the chat. What up, Sasha? Andrea in the chat. What up, Andrea? I saw another young lady in the chat. This is our most women we've ever had in the chat at one time in my entire life. Where was that? Where did that comment come from this? I think her name was Michelle. No, I can't see it in here.
Joey, I'm going to click out and just to see if this works, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, I think it was Michelle G in the chat. Good for you, Kelly. Yes, no thank you to them. Who else we got out here, man? Stugatz, what up, Big Poppy? What's happening? Teddy Perlo, Chloe Chow Yam Kim from Hong Kong. I said your name wrong. I'm sorry. Richard Jaglarski. Oh, she's back. Okay. Hello.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, okay. Poker Jack Cav. What's up, Poppy? What's happening? Clint Richardson. Chio. I cannot say that name. Chio Yim Yim. Is that a real fucking name, bro? I mean, that's intense. Mark Rubin. What's up, man? Yo, Joey. It's me, the one guy that doesn't know what Fortnite is. I believe you know what Fortnite is after you play Fortnite, Kelly. You a Fortnite player?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay. So Kelly doesn't. We found one person that doesn't know what Fortnite is. That's perfect.
I have no idea. I mean, I know it's a game, but I don't. If you were to show me the screen, I wouldn't know what it was.
Don't learn it. It's addicting.
Okay, I won't.
Don't learn it. Amar Morin Jikovic. Hello from Bosnia. Shout out to all my Bosnians out there. What up, Poppy? What's happening, brother? Kelly, you got a shout out you want to give? You want to give somebody a shout out there?
Shout out to my lucky charm, Jeff.
Jeff, your lucky charm? Is that the guy that posted that photo on Twitter?
Yeah.
So what did he say about you? Because I got some questions about this guy.
He said fasted for 2 days.
What?
He fasted for 2 days for good luck for me.
Why?
Because he said it like brings you closer to God. He's very religious, so he was praying for me. He was fasting. I don't know. I mean,
what?
Go on his Twitter page. I'm telling you, he fasted. He was praying. He's awesome.
Is this a guy that you knew previously or what?
No, he just was railing me like from the first day. He was a fan. He'd like cheer every time I won a hand. It was awesome. I had a personal rail like the entire tournament.
So they were standing behind you the entire time or what?
Yeah, on the rail the entire time.
Damn, man, that sounds pretty cool actually.
It was really cool. He was so sweet. I mean, it was like you could tell he was uncomfortable because I feel like he's probably a fan that, doesn't ever interact with the actual players. So I try to give him some love, like give him fist bumps when I'd win hands or like, wave to him when he was on the rail. And I think he really enjoyed that.
Mm.
So
I think
we'll
so too, man. So
he said he's coming back next year. So hopefully I'll win next year with him in the Lucky Charm shirt. I feel like I have a better shot.
Derek Rose, was he standing behind you the whole time watching?
Yeah, for the most part. I think there was a few times where he had to like go to the bathroom or eat, but for the most part, he was there the entire time.
Huh. Okay, what the? Listen, I don't know. It seems strange to me. I'm sorry. I just like I can't get over. I don't know. I
don't know. A lot of my friends were messaging me like, "Are you all right? Like this seems kind of weird." And he did an interview on ESPN where it was like, I think he was very nervous and it came off like weird. So I think people were like weirded out. And like, I don't know. I don't really get weirded out by weird people. I consider myself weird too. So like people who have quirky things or like are a little weird, as long as, like I said, they don't cross certain lines, like I'm okay with it. You want to watch me play poker, go for it. As long as you're not like doing anything out of line, then what's wrong with that? Like, yeah, some people think that's creepy or weird, but like that's because that's not you.
Yeah, I mean, so I got love for a lot of my weirdos out there. Most of my audience is, in fact, pretty weird, and I've met a few of them. Met a lot of these people in person, and I mean, I like them too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some guy telling me he's not eating for 2 days for good luck for me, and then standing behind me the entire time if I'm playing 10K pop in Omaha main event. Why not? Listen, if anybody wants to stand behind me next year, let me know. I'll let you know what tournaments I'm playing. You're more than happy to stand behind me as long as you want. Maybe give me a massage once in a while. Maybe rub my forearm. If the forearm gets tired, shuffling the chips, anything like that. I'll give you some fist bumps too and stuff like that as well. I'd be more than happy to
Hey, be careful what you wish for, Joey. You may get that.
I'm fine. I'm in. I'm ready. I'll deal with anything. I don't care. As I tell people, you can do whatever you want to me. Do whatever you say. Whatever you can say, whatever you want to me. Just don't rape me. Don't force me to have. Just don't do anything like that.
Don't rape you, Jesus, Joey. Who are you hanging out with? Are your followers that aggressive? You did say you met a couple of them and you weren't sure they wanted to have sex with you, but
it's a simple request, okay? Just in case.
Please don't rape me.
Yeah, I'm
that
dead
goes
serious.
For me too. That goes for me too. Please don't rape me. Everything
I'm fine with whatever else. You can follow me around. You can do anything. Just don't kill me. Don't do that. That's all I ask, okay?
Don't kill me. Don't rape me.
Someone said okay. That's Drew Amato in the chat. Drew, I know.
Drew. Oh my God, Drew. He's my favorite.
He came out and he said, confirmed she told him not to wash the shirt and he didn't. Legit didn't shower for 10 days.
I don't know if he didn't shower. I didn't tell him not to shower. I told him don't wash the shirt.
You told him not to wash the shirt?
Oh, for sure. It's good luck. Why would he wash it? I need the exact same.
Maybe he washed the shirt and that's why you busted out in 50.
Shit. I know. I messed up. I messed up big time. No, but it was really fun. It was fun to go deep in the main again. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's I can't imagine the feeling of going deep in the main event. It's $8 million for first place. The fans are going crazy. Everyone's so excited. And definitely for you were getting a lot of love on the Twitter sphere. A lot of people were rooting for you. A lot of people were hoping you make it deep. Obviously, not only because they're fans of you, but also because if we have a woman that makes the final table, I can't imagine it. Like just the new audience that brings in from men, from women, potentially new players want to try it out. I just think that would be amazing for poker. I think about who would I like to see at the final table, and if it's not someone like a Negreanu, like a Phil Ivey, or any of those players who bring in those people, which there's really not even that many of those people still around right now. I think having a woman make that final table, man, it's just I mean, that would be amazing. It just seems to be such a great thing for. We talk about good for poker, bad for poker all the time, but I feel like that would be great for new players checking out the game and wanting to give it a try.
Oh, for sure. And you know, one of the things that I had heard more than once this year was people rooting for me, and they said that they weren't rooting for me just because I was a girl, but because they thought I was like a good person and thought I was a fun personality. So that made me feel good that it wasn't like, oh, just some random chick, who cares who it is. It's like, I know that I have a fan base that isn't based on just the fact that I'm a girl playing poker. You know,
Right.
I know that I get a lot of notoriety and publicity because I am a woman, but it's also cool that I get people rooting for me because of the person that I am.
Yeah, you have a very unique style approach. You're very like it seems to me like you're I don't know, you're not as you're very carefree in a lot of ways. It seems like you mentioned earlier, you just kind of go with things, you flow around, and I think that's very rare to find in general. I mean, to find someone that's carefree and great personality, and someone that's I don't know. I can see why a lot of people like you. Plus, you got the sick glasses and the backwards hat too. I feel like the people love the backwards hat. It just looks. I don't know. It's a great look.
Thank you. I try to switch it up a little bit. You know, like I got a lot of people saying, "Why did you switch your look?" You know, like on day 5, I had the backwards hat and the glasses, and then on day 6, I think I wore my hair curly and like a dress and a jean jacket. And everyone's like, "Why did you change?" It's like I wore a different outfit every day, guys. It's okay. It's all right. My lucky charm is there with the same shirt on. That's what matters.
I gotta be honest. I was digging the backwards hat glasses look a little bit more than the dress. I don't know. I saw that. I was like, man, that was Doug. I just looked Doug. I don't know. I'd be scared if I play with someone wearing a backwards hat and the glasses that were the circle glasses like that. So
good. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of different. You know, my personality is multifaceted, so I have like a lot of. It just depends on my mood that day. You know, like if I rock the backwards hat, I get a little bit more gangster. You know.
It comes out in you. People in the chat say they can't see Kelly. They just see me. First of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, maybe we can figure that out. Kelly, maybe you have to go out and come back in one more time.
Okay.
It's not me hogging the screen, guys. Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you guys. All right? I wouldn't do that. You guys look at my face enough. And I know you guys love my face.
Am I back?
Okay, I can see you, yes.
Chat?
Can the chat see her right now? Let me know, chat.
How many fingers?
Tell her how many fingers she's holding up, chat, please. No, in and out. No, not back. Nope, it's not switching. No. It's all about Joey.
No?
You can hear her, but you can't sing her. You can't see her. No, they can't see you.
Okay, let me click out one more time.
Yeah, try it's not exiting all the way. That's why. Oh, well, it happens. We'll get this figured out here, guys. We'll get it figured out for y'all out there. We'll get it figured out. Yeah, she might have to reboot because it's not.
What about now?
Let me know, guys. Let me know if she's back. Bum, bum, ba, bum,
I think it's because my phone is on 20% battery, so I'm like holding it to the charger. Is that what it is?
It might be. I'm not sure.
Oh, it says you are presenting to everyone. Does that mean I'm on?
We'll see. I try it again. I don't know if this will work or not. They said no.
No.
All black, blue person. Now we see Kelly's avatar, black screen, avatar, darkness. Yeah, it seems weird because like when you go out and then come back in, it doesn't have you leave completely. So I don't know if that's why or not.
Okay, wait, let me try one more time. The fans need my face, so hold on.
They definitely do. The fans need Kelly's face. We're trying to make this work, guys. Hold on a second. We're live. Technical difficulties. You know how it goes sometimes. The phone must be held vertically if you're using phone, as far as I know. I don't think it's going to work again.
No, still?
I don't think so, because it's doing something really weird. When you go out, it's not having you go out completely.
What about restarting my phone? Would that work?
Yeah, I think you need to either restart the phone or restart the app. Like double click the home button and actually close it out.
Okay.
We'll see if that works. Dun, dun, dun. Shut down the app on your phone and come back in. Yeah, because I can still hear you right now. Dun, dun, dun. Make the blue person your brand, Peter says. I will not make the blue person my brand, Peter. If you're watching this back on replay, just go ahead about a couple minutes. And then if it's too far back, then come back and go back to that. And then go back there. That way you can just scoot past this part if you're watching this back on replay. Who else we got out there? Cool Drummer in the chat. Cesar Ruales, Play-Doh Poker, Will Chase. What else we got, man? Derek Rose, La Flama Blanca. Dale Spencer, is this what GTO is? This is not what GTO is, no. Nick Thompson, Joey's podcast still crashes less than ACR. I would agree with you completely. Charles Dorr, what up, Big Poppy? What's happening, brother? Papito, Papinga. Stu got Poppy, you sound like a dominant talking to us. Oh my God. Chris Alexander, what's up, Poppy? What's happening? Josh Rivera, what's up, man? Sam, what up, Big Sam? What up, Papito? Colamosa, Caramora, Mota, Caramoracita, Papi, Colamosa. Who are the notable upcoming guests in the podcast? Michael Berg asked. Doug Polk's coming on next week. Dan Smith, I think Dan Smith will be on soon. Alex Foxen, we should be having Alex Foxen on the podcast here in a couple weeks. Nipun, Nipun, my young Indian friend. Kelly's back. Hello, Kelly.
Is the video working now?
Let's pray to God, Kelly, for the audience's sake. They don't want to see they don't want to see me. I can tell. They're yelling at me and saying they don't want to see me. Stop making me cry, guys. Fuck's sakes. What's y'all problem?
So it's working or not? I feel really bad.
We'll see. They got to let me know. Nope. Wait, maybe. No video. No.
Guys, okay, hold on. I have one more option.
Yeah, it was still doing it because, yeah, it's hard to explain. Like when you leave, it doesn't
so
have you fully leave. So I assume that's why.
I restarted my phone even.
Yeah, that's really weird that would be working.
Jeez,
Audio works with no video. They're crying. Calm down, Joel Bradenberg. Calm down.
Joel, I'm so sorry, Joel. Hold on. I'm working.
Calm down, poppies. Calm down. Just put a Doug Polk on the stream instead. I could do that. Tell her to sign out of the app. Wait, log out.
Oh, how do I do? Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh.
I guess I didn't do that.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. Boom, boom.
Yeah, do more songs. I like this.
Should I just sing more songs?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm one hungry man. I like that. Joey, you look a lot like the rapper Riff Raff without the tattoos and crazy hair. Thank you, Michael Shore. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, she's gonna come back in. It's gonna work now. This is gonna work one time. I'm excited. Teach me how to ducky. What's up, Big Poppy? What's happening, brother? What's going on, man? The 888 hackers got her. That's true. The 888 hackers shut her down. Chris, if you want to get a bio of Kelly, we talked about that at the beginning. She was in school for a very long time, started playing poker while she was in school. And then she became a medical malpractice lawyer, and she took off earlier this year from practicing law and probably start her own firm one day. But bam, little quick backstory right there. Is Kelly single, Poppy? Dpart28 asks. No, I'm sorry. Okay, I think this should work.
I signed out and signed in.
Okay, I think this is going to work.
Yes, guys, we did it.
It's going to work. I'm telling you. It's going to work. Tell me if it works, please. If it doesn't work. Yes. Wait, did it work? Yes. It worked. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ.
Jesus, thank you, baby.
Glory be to God. Hosanna in the highest. Peace to his people on earth. Who gave the advice?
What were we talking about? Now I'm lost.
I'm lost too. People in the chat, somebody remind me what we were talking about. They got to tell me. They got to tell me what we're talking about. I think we were talking about. Yeah, I was getting a little anxiety in my mind, so I can't remember what we were talking about here. So
let's talk about something new, Joey.
Okay.
What do the fans want to hear?
Let's take some questions from the fans. And fans, what do you guys want to know? They said, "Who's your favorite poker player?" I saw that question earlier.
I have a few. I am a huge Barry Hutter fan.
Okay.
I think he's really. I'm shocked he didn't win the main event. Honestly, I thought I had zero shot when I saw he had chips. And I also like Chidwick. I like him a lot.
Steven Chidwick and Barry Hutter are your two favorite poker players.
Probably, yeah. And Lonnie Harwood, obviously. She's my favorite.
Isn't she in your group of friends? Like your poker group of friends?
Yeah. She's awesome. I'm a big Lonnie Harwood fan.
Who else is in your group of friends? Poker wise.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have like a huge poker friend group. I mean, I have met a lot of people that I'm friendly with, but like off the top of my head, it's not like I have like a really strong group of poker friends. Lonnie and Drew are probably like my really, really good friends. I stayed with the Doobies this year and Mike Wang, and we became pretty close. So they're in there too.
So Drew Amato, legendary photographer for all things poker, who was shooting for Poker Central this summer. Is that the Drew Amato you're talking about?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to, Joe, because it's your podcast. But Drew and I are doing a poker book together.
A poker book? What's going to be in the book? Is it just you in the book, or is it everyone?
No. It's everyone in the book. I'm going to leave the details for, later when it's in production. But
I actually think I know about this, but I remember me and Drew had a conversation about this on a mountain in Malibu one time years ago. So an idea for a coffee table related poker kind of book just like this. So I'm assuming it's going to be just like this, and I'm excited for it. That sounds great. Good,
Joey. Good. I'm glad to hear you're excited. And yes, it's gonna be great.
Are you gonna be in the book, or is it you just working on the book?
I'll probably be in the book, but not like significantly more than anybody else.
Okay.
It'll be exciting. It's a nice little venture that I'm looking forward to doing with him.
When can we expect the book? Anytime soon, or is it?
I don't know. If Druden wasn't messing around, I was trying to get in touch with him when I was still in Vegas, so we could like meet up and work on it. But he's too big time for me.
Is he big time when you like that? Was he for real?
He's super big time. I don't know why, but he didn't make time for me. So, we will see. Hopefully by the end of the year.
Damn. I mean, I know he was working every day, but still, come on, Drew.
Yeah, but come on. This is like the big time stuff. Like this is our make it or break it time. Like he should be taking this seriously.
I agree. Caleb Rosado says, "Do you have a favorite poker vlogger?"
Vlogger. Are you a vlogger?
Some people say I am. I was nominated for an American Poker Award.
Yeah, Joey. I tried to get you to win that award, but they didn't let me affect the voting enough.
Who was it against me?
I don't even remember. I just saw your name and I'm like, he needs to win. I think it was Negranu and.
Well, vlogger was Andrew Nemi. He's more vlogger. Podcast was something else I was into.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my memory's not the best, but I did. I was rallying for you. Remember, we were on the jury thing together.
Yeah, that was fun.
2 years ago. That was fun.
You won the award the year before that, or was it that year?
The year before. For female.
Were you at my table that year by any chance?
In 2016 or 2017?
2016, the year, yeah.
I think we were at the table next to each other.
Okay. I just remember that was a very special year at that table. So
why? What happened? Now you have to tell. I think you were with Sam and Kate, right?
Yes, that was the year.
Okay, you guys were next to me, but we weren't at the same table.
Why
was it so special?
I don't know, man. Listen, I don't know.
No, you have to say now. You can't make me show my feet on live stream and then you clam up now.
My feet first. What are you talking about, man?
I know, but I also had to do it. So spill the beans, bro.
No, it was just something happened. I brought my girlfriend at the time, and it is what it is. Listen, it is what it is. Let's see the next question here. Michael,
for the fans.
I can't. Michael Burke, what did you think about Tom Dwan?
Tom Dwan.
What do you think about Tom Dwan?
I don't know anything about him. I mean, he hasn't really been playing poker recently. I do remember when I first started playing. This was in like maybe 2014. I was in Vegas for the World Series, and I was at like Crystals or something, like walking to Aria, and I saw him. in the hallway on the phone in his pajamas, and I was like super starstruck. I was like, oh my God, there's Tom Dwan. But I was by myself, so I didn't have anyone to tell. But I remember like looking at him and being like, oh my God, that's crazy. And then I just kept walking. Nothing happened. But yeah, I haven't played with him, or I don't know anything about him, so no opinion.
Do you watch Garrett Edelstein play on Live at the Bike ever?
I've played with Garrett multiple. I know Garrett. We played at Commerce together, and we both went to U of A. We both went to U of A, so we bond over that.
I would think you would enjoy watching him play because he also plays very hyper aggressive style as well too. So I would assume someone like a Garrett or somebody like Tom Dwan, these very aggressive players who like to put people in very tough spots often. I feel like that would be someone that you'd enjoy watching play.
Yeah, for sure. Garrett is a really tough person to play against. Like, he puts the max pressure on you. I've lost a lot of money to Garrett when he, I know I'm just check calling, and know he's gonna bet shove, and then he just hits his gut shot on the river. Like, what can I do?
That sounds like something Garrett would do. Yes.
Oh, for sure. He's awesome. And I remember the first time we interacted, we had a really like negative interaction, and we both like got into it with each other. And then he actually came and apologized to me like a week later and was like, I'm sorry, like I was out of line. So I really respect that from Garrett. Like, he is aggressive, but he knows like when to turn his ego off, which a lot of people don't know how to do.
That's pretty true. I mean, how do you turn your ego off?
I've gotten better at it as I've gotten older. I think that it's just about emotional discipline and knowing when it's appropriate and when it's not. So, I can have fun with it. And, obviously when you're a poker player, like, your ego comes into play fairly often. And so in that sense, I do like, it does get me in trouble sometimes, but it's a constant learning experience about, keeping your ego in check and not letting it get the best of you.
Going through a couple of our questions. Lexi Ray Jones says, "Sup, Joe? It's Chip from Twitter. Tell Kelly do a top 5 tourney players list."
A top 5 tournament players?
Yep.
David Peters.
We got one. Fedor Holes, the Young Prince. Does the Young Prince make the list?
Sure, Fedor can be on there.
Okay.
Paul Volpe.
Okay, Paul Volpe. Okay.
Lonnie Harwood.
Okay, Lonnie.
And
Ike Hollywood Haxton, is he on the list?
Yeah, you can throw Ike on there.
Okay, simple. You're a simple woman. Okay.
Simple, there you go.
Simple.
There's
Hollywood Haxton, sure, fucking put him on the list. What about Phil Hellman? Is he on the list?
Phil. Sure. He's number 6.
We'll put him 6. That's fine. Darvin Moon 7th.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he got 2nd or 3rd, and I think he got 2nd. Maybe he won it.
Who?
Did he win it, actually? He might have won the main event. No, he didn't win the main event. He got 2nd. Didn't he? Dennis Phillips. I think he got 2nd. No, maybe that was Steve. No, that was Jamie Gold. I don't know. They're all blend together at this point in time, Kelly, to me. I'm trying to go back through the main. That'd be actually a good trivia thing.
Let's do it.
You want to do some poker trivia?
Oh, I'll be really bad, but go for it.
Who won the main event in 2006?
Was Chris Minkin?
I can tell you who came in 2nd. Alan Cunningham. He's debatably the best bluffer in the world.
I don't know.
He has very famous hands on high stakes poker against Patrick Antonius and Sam Farha.
Very famous hands?
He was in a lawsuit where he...
Jamie Gold.
Yes, okay. Here we go.
Lawsuit. Oh, I know.
I should have went with that first. Okay, I should have went with that one first. Okay, Jamie Gold, perfect. All right. I need some more trivia questions though. I've always thought of doing like more poker trivia. Who won the main event in 2011?
P.S. Hines?
Ooh. I think that's true. Yeah, P.S. Hines. How did you know that? I wouldn't even know that. Nice, sick.
That was the first main event that I like kind of knew how to play poker. That I remember watching some of it and but the year before I didn't, and other previous years I never watched the main event.
Oh, so 2011. So you never watched high stakes poker from before either, or anything like that?
No.
Wow. You're missing out on some very epic classic poker footage right there if you didn't watch high stakes poker ever.
Oh, I know. Well, so when I started playing tournament poker, I had like a small group of friends that I traveled with in 2014. And I remember somehow we were in New Orleans, and somehow it came up that the Jerry Yang final table, and I didn't know who Jerry Yang was, never heard of like the final table, nothing. And so we spent like 2 hours watching Jerry Yang play the main event, and I've never laughed so hard in my life. It was incredible. It was like the best entertainment I've ever watched on TV. It was amazing.
What made it entertaining to you?
Just him, just the things he was saying and doing, like praying to God when he was all in and telling him to make him a believer and all that. I don't know. It was just awesome.
No, that was Lee Watkinson's wife. So she said, make him, come on, Father, in Jesus' name, no weapon formed against him shall prosper. Make Lee a believer.
Yeah, make Lee a believer.
Right, Lord, give all your purpose to me. Come on, Father, please let me win this one. And then he did 1 million.
Yeah, 1 million.
Yeah, exactly.
It was amazing. It was incredible. Anyone who hasn't seen that FT, YouTube it, Jerry Yang. I think Heads Up, it was the best when he was like, make Lee a believer. It was awesome. Yeah.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I go back and watch that praying clip at least once a month because it's just amazing. They're both praying. They're having like a prayer off, and then I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it's so funny. So I never, like I said, I never watched poker before I played. And even when I started playing, and even now I don't really watch it. I'll watch streams and stuff now. And I think Poker Go makes it a lot more accessible to watch. But I'm not a TV watcher, so I don't have the TV on ever. So I don't ever watch TV. But for the streams, I'll watch those. But for shows, I don't watch that. I don't even watch, I still haven't watched most of the stuff I've been on because I get bored.
So
poker used to be fun and exciting and funny, and now it's I don't know, it's like watching paint dry.
Do you think that's because of the players that are primarily on there right now and the lack of personalities, or the lack of people who are putting on these shows telling us what those personalities are? Because I think that's a big reason for me personally.
I think both. I think it's somewhat polarized. It's either everyone's really quiet and no one has anything to say and it's boring, or it's almost too much. I watched the Poker Night Live where they had celebrities or something on it, and there was 2 housewives or some female celebrities that they had just taught how to play poker that day for the show. And then they were I don't know, that isn't entertaining to me to see people play shitty poker and then talk about stuff nobody cares about. That's worse than when it's just good players being quiet, because at least then you're learning about poker. That latter is you're just watching mindless TV.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to watch any of that, but I heard a very similar feedback from with Poker Night, and I think Poker Night America, they're trying that out. So it's a first season they really had that. They're doing those live things at the Hawaiian Garden. So I think they'll get in the lab, they'll figure out something that works, and that's something that people want to see. And whether, I don't know if that was the format that was the best, but yeah, I mean, I personally don't want to watch that either. When I think about what I watch poker content wise, I watch my friend Doug Polk's videos. I watch I watched the main event. I watched them live at the bike stuff when Garrett's playing. But yeah, outside of that, but I've kind of found, I don't know why I don't know why I stopped watching it as much, because every time I do watch it, I seem to enjoy myself a lot. So I'm actually planning to start watching more poker content in the near future, just because I don't know. I really enjoy watching it. I learn a lot from it. And I don't know, it seems kind of fun. But I got that way for a long time too, where I wasn't watching much poker content at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough. You like, for someone like me, I want to learn and I want to know what people are doing, but I think the only way to really do that in the most efficient way possible is to like watch the streams for WSOP and for like other final tables where there's players that are very fundamentally sound that you can learn from. When I think like when you're watching Poker Night in America or whatever, it's more so about the entertainment factor of like getting ratings on TV. Like what, for good, bad, or indifferent, whether they're successful or not. I think that's the goal of having poker on TV, as opposed to like when it's on stream, you're just getting the content and like solid commentating for the most part. Like I think Nick Schulman does like an immense amount for the game, being that he not only is a good commentator, but he's knowledgeable and skilled as a poker player.
Yeah, I think it was disappointing to not see Schulman do that, not give him a shot to do the main event ESPN commentary this year. I wish they gave him a chance to do that, because I think that he might not be as well known as Phil Hellmuth is right now, but I think if people did get a chance to hear him this year, they would really enjoy him, and I think he's going to be around doing commentary for many years. So I would have liked to see the main event actually give him a chance this year. So I'm not saying I don't want to see Hellmuth, but I was a little bit disappointed just to kind of see what happened with the commentary situation.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I haven't watched any of the main event coverage from this year, but I am a big Nick Schulman fan. I see that, you know, a lot of the productions are still holding on to the Phil Hellmuth aspect of it, because that community hasn't phased out yet. You know, there's still a ton of people that watch poker because of Phil Hellmuth. Like my mom, for example, she'll be like, hey, you know, she texts me this summer like, hey, how's Phil doing? And I'm like, Phil, like, which Phil? Like, Phil who? And she's like, Phil Hellmuth, your friend, Phil. How is he? Like, she thinks that we're, like, friends just because we both play poker. It's like, Mom, no, that's not how it works. So, like, I get it, you know? Like, she's going to tune in if Phil's on. She's not going to watch. She doesn't know Nick Schulman. And she doesn't know poker. She just knows Phil.
That's crazy. That sounds like my mom. She's like, "How's Daniel Negreanu doing?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck's sake." I'm like, "Mom, he thinks Morrick's better, Mom." So him and Doug are having a feud right now, Mom. So I try to keep my mom updated on what's happening with Daniel Negreanu. I don't actually think she knows Phil Hellmuth. But
yeah, you know the mom factor, the like they know like 3 or 4 different players, and then when they notice that name, it's, you know, name recognition. So you got to still keep them in the mix a little bit, even if like the masses don't really agree with it, the poker masses.
Yeah, I think the poker masses we hear in terms of but even I thought it was just kind of maybe our bubble in the poker world didn't enjoy that commentary. But then I started seeing more mainstream personalities speak up and say they didn't like comment. I was like, oh shit, okay. I thought it was just like I was trying not to be too critical. So you said you didn't watch it all, but it was actually the heads up match was really fun. I would encourage anyone that didn't watch the WSOP main event heads up action between Johnson and Tony Miles to go back and watch it. There were some really great hands in there. There was a fucking couple of crazy bluff in there. It was a really fun match to watch, but it did go pretty long. So that was kind of the
Yeah, so let me correct myself, because once I busted, I did end up watching like some of the FT and some of the other streaming. So I did watch some of that, and the heads up match was very cool. That bluff by Miles was it, he had 7-4 or something?
7-5 offset.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like I thought that was really, really good bluff, and it was very entertaining. It was cool to like bluffs, and like John is a really solid player. I met him at Commerce same way I met Garrett, and like we play high stakes there. So, you know, to see him like do well in a tournament setting, because he comes from a cash background like I do, and he's like one of the nicest guys I've ever met in general. Like he's always sweet, always smiling, always in a good mood. Like very friendly, and so he actually he's lost at least like over 100 pounds. I think he's like done a lot for his health wise, and I've complimented him on that. I think he's just done a lot of self-improvement like in poker and other avenues of his life, so I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, I don't know much about him at all. I didn't even know he really played on Live at the Bike until Feldman and Live at the Bike started tweeting out that he played on Live at the Bike 10 times a day. But shout to Feldman, shout to Live at the Bike. And yeah, I don't know much about him, but hopefully I'll get him on the podcast at some point in time and get to learn a little bit more.
Yeah, he would be a great guest for you. He's a really good guy.
Yeah. People, what did someone in the chat say? They said, oh, okay, they keep asking. All right, this guy keeps asking this question. Juzakeen 1. Kelly took second in the 2013 Arizona State Poker Championship. Will she play it this year in a few weeks?
That's a really good question. I've actually been asked this a bunch. I don't know when the date is for the state championship. I am supposed to be playing on Poker Night in America. They're doing like another ladies event, and that's at Hard Rock during their series. So I'd probably, if it overlaps, won't be playing the state championship, and I'll be in Florida. I just think it's a better value, and I love the tournaments there. I love the structure there. The state championship in Arizona starts at 9 a.m., so it's like already a huge deterrent for me. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's okay. It's an okay tournament. I have a bunch of issues with the tournaments in Arizona, and the tournament director isn't really willing to implement change to their structure or their schedule. So I kind of would like to avoid playing there.
Okay. 9 a.m., huh?
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. I think that's ludicrous. Joey, I know you wouldn't be there.
I probably would not be there at 9 a.m. No, I think, yeah, I don't schedule anything before 11 a.m. at the minimum.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, 9 a.m.
So yeah, I probably won't be doing the state championship. I'll let somebody else win. But yeah, I got second a few years ago. I guess that was a long time ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, 2013. I know, you look back, it seems like it's yesterday, and then you start to do the math, and you're like, damn, that was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if they still do this, but they gave a trophy for second, third, and first, and they were like these massive eagle trophies that were, I think the winner, it was like 3.5 feet tall, and mine was like 2.5 feet tall. It's huge, and it's like pure bronze. It's like 20 pounds. It's crazy. I think they stopped doing that though.
Do you still have the trophy?
Yeah, it's at work in my old office. I think I deserted it. It's probably still there.
You just left it at your old work.
Yeah, well, I have a bunch of stuff there actually, because it was technically like a break, but I don't know. We'll see.
Surprise! She's not going back.
No, they know. I mean, I keep in touch with everyone at work. It's like a really small firm, so they're super supportive. Like everyone from my office like wrote me and said that they were watching and congratulating me. So it's no hard feelings.
B Trail says we're doing a FaceTime podcast, innovating. Listen, guys, she couldn't get it working on the other computer, so this is what we have. All right, calm the fuck down, B Trail.
Yeah, guys, this is more intimate anyway. It's like we're FaceTiming.
This is like it's like they're just tuned into a regular conversation.
Yeah.
That's how I try to make most of the podcast anyway. So I don't like it to be an official, formal sort of like, okay, like all right, what are your 3 favorite types of whatever like that. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, this is the fan experience. Like we should be able to talk about whatever, right?
That's true. We probably could talk about whatever. What's we could get out of line fast though. Another question in the chat I heard a lot of people say is, do you have any Phil Ivey stories? Uh-oh.
No.
Okay, what? Wait a second. What? What kind of
I've never met him. I don't know. I've never met him or played with him. So no, I don't.
Is that true?
It's true.
What were you so
Well,
hesitant for?
I had heard something about him from a third party, but it's definitely not. I mean, I don't know if it's true, and I don't remember exactly what was said. So
Was the third party's name Mike, or was the third party's name closer to Michelle?
closer to Michelle. It's
Oh,
a friend of mine who. So when I used to come to Vegas, one of my best friends lived out here, and she was worked as a bartender at Hyde,
okay.
and then at Tao. So I got some interesting stories from her, like during her nightclub days, when she worked like as a bartender or what are they host girls called?
Cocktail server?
Yeah, cocktail server, right? So that's why I made that face. Like I remember what she had said, and then I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you want to tell that girlfriend story about the GPI awards, then I'll tell you about my Phil Ivey story.
Oh man, I actually think the other girl's in the chat. She was in the chat earlier, so. All right, fine.
So ask her for permission.
Well, I don't need her fucking permission to tell the story. Let's just matter
Oh.
if I want to tell the story. You know, come on. I'm not going to ask her permission to tell the story. So here's what happened, okay? Because I really want to know what this Ivey story is. So here's what happened. So I was at the poker awards, and then I was there with my girlfriend at the time, and then another girl who I had moments with in my life was a little upset and came over and started. I don't know. She started yelling at maybe me or like maybe yelling at the girl. I don't quite remember exactly what's going on. I don't quite remember exactly what she was yelling, but it caused a little bit of a scene. And everyone at the table was kind of watching. And I got to be honest, I actually thought it was kind of funny because here I am at the poker awards, and then there's this crazy girl comes over. Not necessarily saying she's crazy. She's a very cool girl. I like her a lot. People in the chat know who she is. But
Well,
yeah.
Who is she for those who don't know, like me?
Yeah, I'm not telling. I don't want to say that.
Do I know her?
She was in the chat earlier. Probably, yeah. I think so.
Okay. I'll do my research after this.
I'll just tell you who it is after, but yeah.
I'll tell you what. Okay.
All right. So what's the Phil Ivey story?
Okay, so the Phil Ivey story is that, and this is all conjecture, just so nobody
allegedly.
Allegedly, he likes to party. He likes to do a lot of drugs, and he was very rude. Really rude.
Jesus. We shouldn't have told that. Allegedly, huh? Wow.
Allegedly, he was really, really rude. But I don't know. Maybe he was having a bad day. Maybe he lost $1 million that day. Who knows?
To be fair, we've seen him be kind of rude on television too. When the kind of mannerisms he has and sort of like the big time attitude he gives to some players when they ask him questions and stuff like that. I mean, the one time like he big time the world champion at I remember during what was that? What the hell was that? I don't know. It was during one of the PCA things. He was like didn't even recognize the world champ. So I could totally see him. Maybe it's just how he is, or maybe he's not like that, but I could see how he might come off rude to some people because I can definitely get that impression. I don't necessarily think he's rude, but I can see why people would think he's rude for sure.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe he was just rude to one specific person. Who knows what context it was in, but that's what I heard of him. So I think I remember hearing that and being like, not looking to interact with him type thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't love a little drugs in their life once in a while? Come on, guys. Listen.
Everyone. I mean, I feel like if you don't experiment with drugs at some point, then you're not doing life right.
I agree.
That's my thought on that.
Do you have some crazy experimentation in your life? Have you had some?
Well, I will tell you guys that I did acid for the first time like 3 or 4 days ago, when it was like one of the last days in Vegas. Like a group of us did it, and that was really interesting experience.
Were the group of people, are they primarily tournament players? Because I know the tournament players love acid.
Yeah, they were.
It always is. Those guys love. Listen, you guys don't know this about the tournament players in poker. They love it. Those guys are out of line. Like they're out of line in a different way than like maybe I'm out of line and the cash game players out of line. But those guys are out of line, man. They have a good time for sure.
I don't really think it's out of line though. Like I thought it was super interesting, and I feel like everyone should do it at least one time.
Why is that?
Because I feel like you can't describe. It's not really being high like other drugs. It's more so like an experience that I feel like everyone should do once. It gives you a different perspective for sure.
So how has your perspective changed then since you've tried this? Although it's only been a few days.
How has my perspective changed? I feel like it definitely helps you understand, like, or maybe help with the transition into like letting go of the idea of self and like your ego, and understanding that like all that shit is so insignificant and stupid, and like there's such a bigger picture, and like if everyone is on the same page and like what goals you want to accomplish, it's like everything just falls into place.
So
I got a lot of different, feelings and emotions and thoughts after that, but I think I need to do it maybe one more time.
I've never tried it before, and I'm sure that I will at some point in time.
Joey, we need to do it and stream it. That's what we need to do.
Okay. Actually, I don't hate the idea. Can we do that?
Let's do it.
All right. Hold on. Let me write this down.
Yeah, write it down. We'll come up with something cool.
So we're going to do acid and then stream it?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And then we can just describe the experience as it's happening for everyone else.
Okay.
Maybe Kate will do it with us.
The king. Oh boy, the king. We put the king in there. If it King Kate, then that's gonna change the. Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe she's listening and she'll do it with us.
I think Kate. I feel like Kate would probably be interested in that for sure. Yeah.
Possibly. But yeah, we'll do something. I'm open to it. But like I said, I think it was a really cool experience. I think it matters who you do it with. And yeah, I would do it again. Not in the near future, but at some point I would do it again.
So the people that you were with, you knew them for a while, or you enjoyed them, or what?
Yeah, it was the perfect group. Like if I would want to do it with them again. People who are similar mind to me, relaxed and like go with the flow and not uptight. You know, like I'm very like easygoing. Unless it comes down to like someone disrespecting me or like crossing a line somewhere, then I have no problem with confrontation. But if it's like no problems, then there's no problems.
People in the chat are very excited about this potential live stream acid trip. It's very GTO.
It would be amazing.
They are
awesome.
They are very excited about this potential idea. That would win the Vlogger of the Year.
Yes. Let's do it.
How long would this last?
It's a while. So that's the one downside of it, it is about like 12 or 13 hours. But we could do like snippets of it.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying no to the idea. I always thought about that before when I used to rage really hard. I think it was actually before I started doing content though. But I always thought about doing a live stream where I would like live stream one of my nights on something that I preferred trying at the time. And yeah, ultimately I just decided not to do it. But
let's just do it. We have nothing to lose. YOLO.
Is that true? Is that actually true? Is there nothing to lose doing that?
Yeah, there's nothing to lose.
Okay.
Your sanity maybe for like a few hours, but you'll be fine.
That sounds epic.
It's going to be epic. It will be epic. We will guarantee it.
Somebody said that we should play like Heads Up Limit Omaha, and during that, I don't know if poker would be the first thing on my mind, but
we did try playing a couple games, and it was when the final table stream. It was that night, and it was really difficult to like watch TV or like play a game. It was hard.
So what were you guys doing then?
Hallucinating. Like, I mean, it's really hard to describe, but like just relaxing, hanging out, like looking at the stars, looking at trees.
Yeah, I
listening to music.
I tried mushrooms for the first time recently, and I don't know. I assume they feel similar. I don't really know, but yeah, that was very fun experience.
Yeah, I've never done that, so maybe we'll have to do 2 streams.
2 streams, one of that.
we'll do, and then we'll just jump to crack after that and be like, you guys want to see what this is like? We're gonna do it for the first time.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. Yeah, we'll do some crack after that. Sure, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
and PCP, whatever, you know.
PCP sounds amazing as well too. I like that. Maybe we start mixing them together. We start mixing things.
Oh, for sure. We need to experience. Yeah. Some speed, whatever, like heroin, couple of everything.
Sure. Take some Xanax. Throw some. Really fuck things up.
Really fun.
Clint Richardson, do ecstasy and live stream and a new drug every week. My God, man, you guys are out of line.
I love this. This is great.
This is what you miss out on by not doing content, Kelly, is that you get this did escalate quickly. I agree. This escalated quickly. The Out of Line podcast is actually better. I agree. This is out of line.
Come on. We want to like be entertaining. Like, who wants to talk about poker and boring stuff?
Not me.
Not me. What else is up?
Although to be fair, I do love talking about poker. But yeah, all right. Get some more questions from the chat in here. Maybe they have some more stuff. I don't know. You like non-boring stuff? Is that what you're saying?
I like non-boring. I do. I like boring too. It's just a different vibe. I feel like if you're watching a podcast, like the drier the content, the less people are going to be interested. Because that's how I am. I need like something exciting I'm not going to hear like 100 other places.
Yeah, I think for like a podcast like this, a lot of it is kind of getting to know the person. So they get to know about you, whether it's how you think about poker, how you think about life, how you think about these sorts of things like that. And that's sort of my goal whenever I do these, is just to let the person sort of express themselves and try to set them up for to come off well and come off the best they can. And yeah.
Well, I messed up then, because I just said I just outed myself.
What do you mean?
I said I did acid.
Oh, I think that's a good thing though. I don't think people perceive that as a bad thing. I think that anyone that perceives that as a bad thing, you probably don't want to be friends with them anyway, for the most part.
That's probably true.
You know?
I'm not gonna lie, it's probably true.
Yeah.
So yeah, what else does everyone want to
know? Favorite? No. Craziest Vegas night. Richard asks.
Craziest Vegas night.
I think that's my man that works at XS, actually. Hold on a second. Let me double check this. Yeah, do you have a craziest night out in Vegas? That is my friend that works at XS.
Yes, I actually do. I have a pretty cool outing in Vegas. I was 19.
Uh-oh.
I was in college.
Here we go.
I had a fake ID. I went to Vegas for All-Star Weekend. I think it was 2009.
Oh boy.
And we snuck into this party at the Palms place in the whatever the suite is that has the revolving bed and the like jacuzzi in the outside.
Yeah, it's one of those like dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Like
there was a like Def Jam party or something, and we somehow like, I don't remember how we got in, but we somehow got in, and literally as we're walking in, Jermaine Dupri was getting denied at the door. And so we thought we were like super cool, and we went in there, and there was like this huge table with like lobster and sushi. Like, I don't know how we got in this, but we somehow snuck in, and there was like a bunch of celebrities, and we're like thinking we're all cool. And then I forget what happened, if there was like a fight or something, and then they ended up like shutting it down. But yeah, in that same weekend, I also met Gus Hansen, who I didn't know who it was. I didn't play poker at this time, so I didn't know who that was. But we were walking in Hard Rock, like a group of my girlfriends from college, and Gus Hansen stopped us and was like obsessed with my friend Lee. He thought she was like absolutely gorgeous. Paid for all of us to get into this club. It was Body English. I don't know if you remember that. It's old.
I've never been there, but I remember it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the Roots were playing there, and we he bought us all like tickets to get in, and then we ditched him. We were like, who is that fucking weird guy? And like didn't think anything of it. And then like my friend posted the pictures from Vegas on her Facebook, and my brother was like, he asked to take a picture with us, so we took a picture with him. And then he's like, you guys met Gus Hansen? I'm like, who the fuck is that? I was like, that random dude? And then my brother was the one who told me who it was, and I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I've had a lot of like.
I thought these stories were gonna end up much different. The revolving bed, the thing, the Gus Hansen. I'm glad these got in line fast. Okay,
red herrings. I really don't have any crazy. I think the other stories may be somewhat misleading because I don't drink, I don't go out and party, I don't do anything like that. So those are the craziest things that have happened to me, like actually going out. That's crazy for me.
That was Gus's strategy. He bought you guys tickets to get in, and then that was it.
I felt well, no, he bought us tickets. I think he expected us to like hang out with him, and we were like, this guy's fucking weird, and we just like left and like did our own thing. He didn't care though. It wasn't like he like chased after us. He was like super cool about it. He'd never talk to us again.
Yeah, he's a professional.
Yeah, he's a pro. He's a pro for sure.
Cold Rummer, he was one of people's sexiest men in 2004. Is that true?
That can't be true.
I mean, I don't think he's that. I'm not saying he's ugly or anything like that. I'm just saying I didn't know if I don't know if that's true or not.
Speaking of ugly, who do you who's your number one pick for like sexiest poker player?
Oh. You're gonna get me in trouble here. Okay.
No, a man.
Oh, a man. Thank God. Okay, I'd much rather answer that question. The sexiest man in poker?
Mm-hmm.
Me? No, not me. Derek Rose. No. The sexiest man in poker? I don't know. Give me some options.
All right. Let's see.
Like no one really. When I think of like, I don't know. No one's really like attractive to me. I guess like, but give me some options. I'm sure I can.
Okay, let's do this or that. This or that.
Okay, I saw you played that on Poker News, so we can do that. That's fine.
But we're doing it just for poker players.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Jeremy Osmus or Dario Sammartino?
Who do I think is better looking?
Just sexiest.
We'll go with the second guy. He's got the Euro swag going on,
Dario,
and I like his style. He's got good style. He's got good hair.
Okay.
I like that hair, man. I'm all about the hair. Jeremy's got that. He got the father vibe going on. You know, he's like father.
But that's good though.
I wouldn't be.
You're not into that. You're not into the dad.
I'm not into the dad. I'm not into the tan fathers. No, I'm not into that. No.
You want the single, slender, athletic build.
I want the single swagged out Europeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I respect that.
Okay. Are those on your list? Is that those are on your list? Those are the top people?
No, they're not on the top.
Oh, okay. Who's on the top of your list then?
I don't know. I mean, I think Maria Ho's pretty sexy.
Oh, for women?
Yeah. Well, you're doing men. I'm going to do women. What do you mean?
Oh, what do you mean, brother? I would. It's not Patrick Antonius. Listen, it's not Patrick Antonius. It's just not. I mean, come on. It's just not. You got to see these. You got to see the Scandinavians in person. Some of them
Patrick Antonius is up there. You don't think so?
I don't think so. No.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he is getting up there, so I can see that.
Yeah.
You know who else I think's really cute is Christy Arnett. I have a crush on her.
She's cute. I agree.
She's cute.
I agree. I guess when I think of women who I think are cute, I think are attractive, I'd say like Liv Bory. She's definitely up there. Sasha's on the list too. Shout out Sasha. I don't know. It's not a long list, to be honest. But I mean, I think a lot of girls are cute, but I don't necessarily find them attractive personally. Like I wouldn't want to date them or hang out with them or like that on that level or anything like that. So
yeah, but you're in a relationship, so it's different. I mean, we're just talking about like from afar, not that you're interested, just like appreciation.
Well, I'm actually not in a relationship. I don't know if anyone out there knows that or not, but I'm not.
Wait, I thought you just said you were.
No, I'm not. No, that was years ago.
Yeah, but you said your girlfriend now would get mad.
No.
Okay, maybe I made that up.
Yeah. You might have made
Okay, let's see. What else? Craziest.
Okay.
Craziest thing that's happened at the table.
To me?
To you, yeah.
No, nothing really crazy happening at the table for the most part. I think it's all been pretty
like, does anyone try to shoot an angle or like do anything like way out of line?
If they have, I haven't noticed it. No.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I haven't really played a ton of live poker, but I think whenever I played live poker, it's always gone pretty well, or it's been a good time, or Yeah, I don't think I've ever had actually did something like that happen to you? Was something crazy happen?
I've had a lot of crazy things happen at the table. I think the craziest thing that's ever happened to me was last year. I was playing, I think it was Colossus or one of the smaller events at the World Series. And whatever, I shoved like 8 blinds or something and ran it ace king into ace king, and I 4-card flushed this guy. He must have been like in his 70s for whatever, like less than a quarter of his stack. And he literally looks at me, takes both of his hands, and puts them around my neck. He didn't squeeze, but he like went like this, like put his hands around my neck and then like shook it like 2 times.
What the fuck?
And I like didn't even know. I this is the thing. So like, you know, when you hear about certain situations, like whether it's small or big or whatever, and you're like, oh, I would totally do this, and I would react this way. It's like, and I was one of those people. Like if anyone put their hands on me, I'd fucking punch them in the face, or I'd, you know, defend myself. I always thought that I would have no problem doing that. But in that specific setting, like given the multiple factors of like me playing in a tournament, like me being friendly with this guy before this happened, like him being really old, I like just laughed. I just kind of like laughed it off. But then like felt weird about it like maybe 5 minutes after, like I should have done something like more.
So what happened to the guy? Did he get kicked out? Did he get suspended from the tournament?
No, nothing happened to him. No one said anything. Like I didn't like call the floor. I kind of just let it go, which I like looking back on it, I probably shouldn't have let it go. I just was like, whatever, it doesn't. He didn't hurt me, so I didn't like think anything of it, but it was definitely out of line for sure. Actually, no, that's not the craziest thing. I have a crazier thing that happened.
Let's talk about that. So where was this at? Where did this happen at?
At the Rio. Actually, Aaron last summer, Aaron Massey was there, and he would like looked at me like, "What the fuck?" He was my witness, so if you need evidence, you can talk to him.
Right there.
It was crazy. It really was crazy. It startled me for sure. But that, now that I said that, now I remember a worse story than that.
What happened?
So I think this was 2 summers ago. I was playing with this guy who I played with at Commerce, Cash. And he's like a really quiet guy, like super nice, but he had been drinking. So I think he got like a little bit more ambitious. And like he was joking around and like he's like, oh, you're so fat. And like we're sitting next to each other. And he like I'm sitting down. He literally like grabbed my stomach, like pinched my stomach. And I just slapped the shit out of him. Like it made a noise. And the dealer looked at me and like looked at him, and his face was red. And like we were just like the tournament director came and like broke the table, like coincidentally, like the next hand. And I slapped him and I just walked away. And like everyone at the table was like, good job. Like they're like congratulating me because I actually like did something about it. And I haven't talked to him since then.
Wow. Who was this guy?
He is just a cash player from Commerce.
What the hell's going on, man?
He literally like grabbed my stomach. And I was like, and then like pinched my stomach. I was like, okay, dude. I don't know what makes you think that's like okay to do, but no.
Yeah, that's why I've never had anything like that happen to me at the poker table at all. I mean, I've never been like threatening anybody, never been getting close to a fight. I mean, I think when I go, I'm usually pretty friendly, pretty outgoing, and yeah, I guess I've just never been in situations like this. And I hear these stories from women and sometimes from guys too, and I'm just like, damn, I've seen fights happen, but never with me involved in it like that.
Well, and this is the thing, like when I told you earlier that I feel like when I'm friendly with everyone, especially at the table, it sometimes backfires. Like that's 2 examples of how it backfired. Like I've always been friendly. I try to be like joking and laughing. And then when someone crosses the line, it just like changes the whole atmosphere. You know, like when that guy, we're all like laughing and joking at the table last year. And when the guy like went to like, I don't know if he actually was doing it as like a joke or he started to do it and then realized he was in public and like couldn't choke me. I like have no idea what was going on in his head. But I think the fact that we were being friendly, like let him let his guard down a little bit to do something like that. Like I think if we hadn't interacted that whole time, he wouldn't have done that.
So his default is to choke a woman when he loses a fucking hand to her. I mean, what the fuck is going on, dude?
And it was like the most absurd. It would be different if I had like run or like coolered him or did. I mean, I guess it is a cooler, but like for some like to bust him out of the tournament, it was like you still have like chips. Like, what are you even upset about? You got unlucky. Who cares? This is just, I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, I think both of those are definitely out of line. And yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious, like what else people out there have had experienced or dealt with too, because I'm sure all sorts of crazy things happen when you get egos involved and you get people losing a lot of money or winning a lot of money, plus they're drinking or they're drunk or they're on drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if you add in being a woman in that situation, when, yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine the kind of things that people deal with. Really, it's got to be a different experience for a woman than for a man playing poker, for sure. Something I can't even really probably wrap my head around.
Well, I mean, I think your life experience as a woman is different. So inherently it translates into poker, like whether it's being like groped or mistreated or just treated differently than a man. It's like I'm very aware of that, whether it's in poker or whether it's in just normal life, that women are looked at and treated differently than men. If anyone thinks that that's not true, they like are oblivious. Like whether it may not be true in like a small microcosm, in the general world that is true. So I feel like you have two options. You can either let it affect you negatively and like be sensitive towards it, or you can just accept it is what it is and then act accordingly. And I've more so been raised and learned to live the second way. You know, like I get that, you know, people aren't going to respect me all the time because is, you know, high. I get that. Like I understand that, and you just have to like move around it, you know? Like, yeah, if I was a man, that guy never would have put his hands on me like that ever. So like, do I let that affect me, and do I let that affect like how I feel emotionally and mentally, or do I just say, whatever, just brush it off and move on? You know, like I think you can react either way to that.
Yeah, I tend to be in the camp of usually brushing things off and moving on, but I know not everybody's like that. Most people are not like that, actually, that I know. So
yeah, for sure. I think it depends on who it is and how sensitive they are to whatever it is. You know, like when someone invades my space, it's kind of a mix up because it depends on like who you are. Like, and in the same respect, if that old guy who choked me was you would have gotten knocked out. So like, what does that mean for me mentally? Like, is it because I'm less threatened by an older man, or is it because I'm worried that I could like actually hurt him, or like he should deserve a pass because he's old and frail? Like, I don't know. I don't know what my thought process was. Maybe both.
all right, guys, let's make sure I do not, during our live stream acid trip, I don't choke Kelly randomly, okay? Let's make sure.
Yeah, somebody dial 911 if that happens, please.
I'm gonna need 911. That's why you're dialing 911. I'm gonna need.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You would be incapacitated on some degree.
I will make a note to not do that for sure. Yeah. And hopefully I'll be able to remember that.
Yeah.
Let me read some comments. We're getting a lot of comments in the chat here. They're enjoying this part of the podcast.
Good.
Do you have any more of these this or that questions? Those were good. Those were some good.
This or that. Oh, for poker?
For whatever. I think you like
orange juice or apple juice?
Orange juice or apple juice? I'm gonna go with orange juice for sure. I've loved orange juice ever since I was a kid, and I like apple juice too. But orange juice is probably my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Why? I don't know. It's just the first thing that came to my head.
You seem adamantly in the apple juice category with that response.
I would pick neither.
Isn't the game the point of the game is to pick one or the other?
Oh wait, now I answer my own question, or you ask me a question?
You can answer that question, yeah.
Apple juice, I guess. I hate orange juice. It's gross.
You have to get it without the pulp.
the pulp. It's just too sweet. I'd rather like eat a piece of fruit and drink water. Right?
I think they're both good options. I love fruit. I love eating fruit at nighttime for my snacks instead of eating Doritos and chips and stuff like that. So
what's your go-to?
My go-to for what?
For fruit.
Oh, blueberries for sure.
Blueberries? Do you eat them frozen or regular?
Regular.
Okay. Do you like them tart or sweet?
I think both. I love blue. They're my favorite food by far.
Your favorite food?
Yeah, my favorite food is blueberries. Yes. Yeah.
What's the second berry to blueberry?
The second berry is strawberries.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You're just a regular guy living your regular life.
People in the chat are freaking out. They're like, what is this? We're having a discussion, guys. Listen, this is a Poker Life podcast, okay? We got poker, you got life, and plus right now we're about 2 hours into it. So if you're still here 2 hours into it.
Wow, yes.
Sometimes things get a little bit left, they get a little bit right, they come back in center, they go back left, they go back right. It happens.
Yeah, and plus if you're watching, you can just write on the chat what you want us to talk about. Hello.
That's true. Somebody said, no, not that question. What Supreme hat did you wear to the World Series of Poker looking to snag it? Someone said. This seems like a question that'd be right up your alley.
Yeah, the backwards hat was Supreme. I don't know if they still have it. I got it on their website, like maybe 3 months before the summer. So it may still be on there. It was just like a 5-panel hat. I don't know what it's called. It's in gray.
Simple,
easy, cool, fashionable.
Matthew Ehrlich, most obnoxious poker player you played against?
Everyone obnoxious that I've played is like a cash player. For the most part, like, yeah, let's just go with that.
Like who? A cash player like who?
I don't really know their names. They're like there's a couple regulars at Commerce that were annoying. And there's a couple at my home casino here that are annoying, but for the most part, you just put your headphones in, you know? If someone's annoying, just ignore them. Yeah. I try to like not let people get under my skin.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the most annoying person I played with. I actually don't really remember anyone too annoying for the most part.
I will tell you guys that I played at Hard Rock maybe like a year and a half or 2 years ago, and I played with Alex Keating, and he was really annoying. But I just, started a little banter with him, and he got quiet pretty quick.
What do you mean started banter? You started talking shit or something?
Yeah, like I think when Alex sits down, he's used to like running the table, like from a aggression standpoint, and like just being like, like talking and like getting in people's heads and like making them uncomfortable. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to turn this on you. And I just like was giving him a taste of his own medicine. Like when he would say stuff, I'd like quick come back with a comment or like turn it on him. And then I think that made him really uncomfortable. So he just started being quiet then. It was really nice.
So you're saying he met his match. He met his match at the table in terms of wit, in terms of sarcasm, and in terms of aggression.
My middle name is Wit, so anyone who wants to go toe-to-toe and get worked can come see me.
Would you say you're a sarcastic person?
Yes, very. To the point where it like confuses some people because I'm sarcastic and they can't tell I'm sarcastic. My favorite thing is like being at the poker table and like saying something sarcastic and then someone else getting it, and then we just go for like 10 minutes on like sarcasm like trolls, and nobody, like everyone's confused. That's my favorite thing, when I can meet like one other person at the table and we just like troll the entire table, the entire session.
Some people say I'm a very sarcastic person on the podcast.
You're pretty sarcastic. You're getting there. You're almost at my level.
I'm almost at your level when it comes to listen, I don't know. Wherever your level is at, kid, I think I'm past that level, kid. You're not.
You're not.
Shout out Phil Hellmuth. I think I am. It's fine.
But I'm telling you, you're not.
It's okay. I've kept the sarcasm to a minimum on here. I don't want to make people upset or anything like that.
Rev it up. Let's go. Start right now. Go for it.
I can't. Like, I can't.
I can't. I'm scared. It's okay. The champ is here.
I'm scared. I don't want to get worked on stream. What happens
You
if I
don't.
get worked on stream?
You don't want to.
What would happen?
You'd be embarrassed.
Would I?
You'd lose followers. And then
Would
I'd
I?
have to start my own vlog. And then you'd come on my show and I'd be like, Joey, welcome to the Kelly Minkin show. How are you? Let me give my plug. Give me 2 minutes.
And then what would happen then? And then you'd be the host and you'd be asking me questions?
Yeah, you'd be a guest on my show. We'd be talking about your blueberry intake.
Mm-hmm.
And, it'd just go as it went.
What other questions would you ask me on the show?
I'd say, Joey, tell us about your wildest night in Vegas.
That's fucking out of line for sure. Yeah, that I would tell you. Then I would tell you about it then.
Yeah, and then I would say some witty comment, and then you would laugh, and then we'd continue with our witty comments.
And then what would be the goal of the show? What would be the purpose? Just to have the show to exist?
So everyone could get to know Joe Ingram and whoever else my other guests were. I just steal your whole spot. I'd have my little racing chair in the background with a blank screen and my microphone. And you'd be on your phone with headphones in.
So I'd be laying in my bed it wouldn't be at the same location. It would be in a bed. So I'd be in a bed.
Yeah, you would be sitting in bed in your pajamas with headphones on, but your bed wouldn't be made. It would be messy. And it'd be dimly lit.
Why do you think I wouldn't make my bed?
Joey, show me your bed made right now. I'll give you $50. I'll Venmo you $50 right now.
Well, okay.
Let's see. That's me. Oh yeah, I guess that is kind of made. Okay, I'll Venmo you $50.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert. Technically, that's not my bed. So my bed's not actually made. But yeah.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's definitely not made.
So my read was right.
Your read's very correct. No, that's not. That's that bed. This bed is made. Correct. This bed is made, but that is not my bed right now. So no, it's not made.
Wait, that's real interesting.
What'd you say?
Whose bed is that?
I don't know whose bed. It's a guest bedroom at my place. I have a 2-bedroom.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in your living room. I'm like, this just got weird.
No, there's not a bed. I mean, there are 7 beds in my place, but I only have 2 of them out. The other beds are put in storage.
Okay, fair enough. Why do you have 7 beds?
I have no idea. Yeah, if someone said, "Why did I tell the truth there?" That's a good point. I should have said
Yeah, you
that,
you should have scummed me for $50.
No, I couldn't do that.
I was like, wow, you made your bed? Holy shit, I'm shocked.
So why do I not seem like the kind of person that would make a bed?
No.
Why not? Are you for real?
Because you text me yesterday asking if you could move the podcast from 11 to 12. That's a motherfucker that doesn't make his bed. Am I wrong?
No, I couldn't wake up that early. Like I knew I wouldn't have my A game if I woke up that early, so I had to push it back an hour.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying my reads are usually right.
So you're saying someone that would message you and say, "Can we move the podcast back an hour?" also is the type that would not make their bed.
From 11 to 12 because you have to sleep, yeah.
Damn, that's a sick read. Fuck.
It would be different if you had written me and said like, hey, I forgot I had like an eye doctor appointment or something. Then I wouldn't make that read. But when I know you're like, oh, I haven't been getting up that early. Like, I need to be on my A game. Like, you're not getting up 10 extra minutes early to make your bed.
Damn.
Damn.
How do you do it? What are you professional? Do you go to school for perception or something like that, or what is it? What is the word I'm thinking of? You pick up on things. What's the word I'm thinking of? You're a nicely educated kid. What's the word I'm thinking about here?
Perceptive.
Is that the word I'm thinking about? Your perspective. Yeah, you pick up on little things. Perceptive. That was the correct word.
Perceptive. Yeah.
What else have you picked up on throughout this podcast?
About you?
Sure.
Really?
Life Reads by Kelly Minkin. That's what they'll call this segment. Life Reads. Yeah.
Well, I think that you really care about Sasha.
Why do you say that?
Because you get all giggly when she comes up and all uncomfortable, and you didn't want to talk about who you thought was cute in poker.
Oh, listen, I just, we got Sasha in the chat right now. I just don't want to, I'm not trying to disrespect
No,
her.
it's okay. You don't have to be defensive. You asked me to read you. Am I wrong?
I care. What was it? What would you say about her? I care about her.
You care a lot about her.
I just don't want to make her upset.
Right.
While she's watching the podcast.
Hi, Sasha. He's a fan. I can tell. What else? Let's see. What else about Joe Ingram? What else have you told me?
Yeah, I know. I haven't told you much.
You like Euro guys.
I like Euro guys. I love European men, yes. I love great men.
You love great men? What is great? What entails a great man?
Well, there was a lot of great men at the Upswing Poker Party last year for upswingpoker.com. So that's what it was. There was a lot of great men there. So I love great men. I don't love bad men. I love great men.
Like who? Like give me an example.
Like this guy named Jerry. This guy named
Jerry.
Yeah, these guys were great men. Yeah, they were great men there. I forgot you're a lawyer. You're like a professional arguer.
Yeah, I mean, you started it.
That's true. I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind. I just want to make sure I don't say anything that's going to upset people out there. That's all I'm worried about.
What? You made me talk shit about Phil Ivey and you're worried about upsetting people?
Oh, no. I'm not upset. I'm not worried about upsetting someone in that capacity. I'm more worried about upsetting people in other capacity. That's about it.
What capacity?
7 beds. I don't know. There's no orgy in my house.
Yeah. Who's asking about the 7 beds? Because I want to know too. What the hell?
Well, I brought in, so there was beds already here, and then I brought in my bed from back home, and then there's spare beds here. So,
are you Princess and the Pea? Do you have to like stack them up to go to sleep?
No, I would happily do that, but the bed I have now is nice enough. It's a great bed for a great man with some great pillows in the bed. So yeah.
With great men as well.
One singular great man. There's a great man that sleeps in that bed. Yes, Chris Alexander. Doug forgets there. Doug sleeps in the bed. You're right.
Yeah, Doug. Don't you guys have sleepovers?
Sometimes, yeah. Usually we have different beds though.
I like Doug.
Would you have a sleepover with Doug?
I don't know him like that. But I think he's cool.
Yeah. Who else do you think? Who are your favorite people in the poker world?
Lonnie Harwood.
That aren't your friends, I guess.
Oh, like who are my favorite for what reason?
Whatever reason you think about, I guess.
Who are my favorites? This is a hard question. These
comments are hilarious.
Well, read them. I can't see the comments.
Hey, I'm not gonna read them. This is a very old school podcast feel vibe to it. This is how my old podcast used to be. Then I started getting a little bit more. I started not getting less out of line and more serious. So
okay, do they want serious? We can be serious.
No. They don't want serious. They enjoy these.
This is good. Okay.
Yeah, they love it.
So what do they want? What was your question? Who's my favorite in poker?
Yeah.
Who's my favorite?
They said Kelly and Joey's podcast would be 10 times better than the Joey and Polk PTI poker show they tried. Damn, bang, bang.
What's that?
Me and Doug had a show before. It was pretty good.
But what was it? What was it about?
It was like us debating topics for a certain period of time. It was like a back and forth sort of thing like that. It was called Table Talk.
That wouldn't be fun though, because you'd get wrecked and then it would just be uncomfortable for everyone watching. You know what I mean?
Who would I get wrecked by?
By me.
When it comes to what? Talking about what topic?
Whatever.
Any topic?
Yeah, aren't we arguing something?
Not really, no. It's more like you give your and I give my opinion on it. Obviously, my opinion would be better than your opinion on
that. Name
anything.
one. Name one.
Pot Limit Omaha.
All right, go. I'll do my best.
What do you want? What are we debating? Pot Limit Omaha.
You tell me. I don't know. I don't know the game.
Well, what are we debating? I don't know.
This is your show, Joey.
Well, we would just talk about Pot Limit Omaha. I'd be like, all right, Pot Limit Omaha is the subject here, Doug. Pot Limit Omaha is taking over the world. It's coming up in speed. It's going out there. It's really growing. What do you think makes Pot Limit Omaha such a great game? That'd be you.
Well, you get 4 cards. You're able to do so many different variations with 4 cards, depending on the flop, turn, and river. You get to bet the pot, which makes it exciting. You get to play aggressive poker. You never are super behind pre-flop. You can bluff with blockers and get really strong hands to fold, and that makes it exciting.
Turning me on right now. God damn, man. Wow. I haven't been turned on once this podcast until right now. Listen to you talk about the great game of Pot Limit Omaha.
The great game. Yeah.
Excuse me? What was that?
The great game.
Hold on. I need to put the camera on you. I need to say that one more time. What did you call it? Can you say the whole name of the game?
The great game of PLO.
Thank you. That was very nice. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Use that clip if you want.
Thank you. I might have to. The great. You sound like you're kind of.
Well, there's a God, what is it? There's like some funny vines or whatever they call it nowadays. But there's like a voice changer you can do that makes your voice sound like that. And there's like some funny videos with them. I'll send them to you after the podcast. You can tweet them.
Sure. That sounds good. Yeah.
They're really funny. And they make your voice like sound like that.
I want to make my voice sound like that.
I'll find the app. I'll get it for you.
I know someone said Joey's going to get off to that clip. These are the kind of comments they're saying, by the way. But yes, I am completely going to get off so hard to that clip of her saying, PLO. Yeah, I'm gonna. You're right.
Wait, Joey, what does get off so hard mean? I've never heard that before.
I don't know what that means either. Listen, I'm not. Who knows what? I don't know what that means either.
Why did you say it then?
No, I know what it means.
What does it mean?
What are you talking about? I mean, usually get off so hard refers to a man's level or woman's level of excitement they share in a moment, and they get off and they experience that bliss, that pure climactical bliss.
I like it. Now I know what you're talking about.
Now you get it.
I get it.
You were confused at first, but then you picked up on it after I started explaining it more.
Exactly. Now I'm on to you. I know what's up.
No, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. I agree.
So what's next? What else should we talk about, Joey?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe we should have another topic because you kind of sucked it up pretty hard when it came to that Pot Limit Omaha question.
Oh, PLO. Yeah. Let's talk about what happened with that whole poker night scandal with was her name Jacqueline?
Jacqueline.
Remember you had her on her podcast? I never knew what happened. I always wanted to ask you. And so I figured your viewers probably want to know too.
ADJ, the Dr. Jack. I like Dr. Jack a lot.
Yeah, what happened?
No, she made some allegations about something going down with her at the Poker Night in America thing. I can't remember who it was with exactly. Maybe a motorboating was involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about what happened with that. I just know the allegations. I talked with both sides, and yeah, I don't know that story. I think there was a lawsuit pending or something. I don't think the lawsuit exists anymore. But I have not talked with Jack in a while, and then I haven't talked with any of the guys in Poker Night in America about the incident in a while. So I don't really remember too much about that.
Interesting.
Has anybody ever tried motorboating you out at a bar? Like allegedly that happened?
I don't know. I wish somebody would though. That would be fun. Give me a reason to be physically violent, which I don't really. Those are rarities.
You keep mentioning physical violence. Are you very physical? Are you like someone that likes to get beat? Are you like, is it like a fun thing?
Yeah, Joey. I'm so glad you asked because I love to get my ass beat. Thank you so much for asking. I was waiting for that question. Yes, I love it.
I know a lot of women. I mean, I'm not saying they go out in the street, they're looking to get their ass whooped, but they I'm too out of line. You're gonna calm down. But some of these women, they like it a little bit rougher, in other parts of the world like that. That's kind of that's what I'm saying. They like to get beat. I met this one girl, she said, hit me. I said, what do you mean hit you? She goes, I want you to punch me. I said, what the hell's going on? So I'm saying I've met some women that are into some freaky
Joey,
stuff.
Stop meeting women at the strip club. This is the last and only time I'm going to tell you that, all right?
I actually didn't meet her at the strip club. I met her on Twitter.
Even worse. Don't do that.
You're saying you'd rather meet women at the strip club than on Twitter.
For sure.
Damn. You're tripping right now.
Okay, wait, what were we just talking about? There was something I was going to ask you. Good.
I don't know, something about getting.
You said about getting beat. I'm a very physical person, and I'm an aggressive person. So if there's like an excuse for me to like hurt somebody, then okay. There aren't that many opportunities that presents itself. So maybe I'm crazy, but like to think about somebody like, especially a man, doing something to me that would warrant me hurting them, I would do it. I would feel good about it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going down like a dominatrix sort of path or something like that. You just mean in general.
Oh no. I'm just talking about like when I was at the table and he like grabbed my stomach and I slapped him, like it felt good to slap him.
Damn.
I was like, nice. That felt really good. But I mean, that doesn't happen very often. Like I haven't hit anyone since that incident. It's not like I'm going around looking for fights, but like if you bring it to my probably will happen. Now Joey's scared.
No, I'm not scared. Listen, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever. Okay, Limit Omaha, acid, physical violence. You know, who doesn't love those kind of things? You know what I'm saying?
Right? Like we're trying to make this the highest watched. We got to beat Bill Perkins' stream. So however many numbers we need for that. I think you need to flop a titty out for this stream to go up.
Well, that's gonna be you. Now it's not gonna be me.
But, you're the one with your tank top lower than mine. Yours will come out before
because
mine.
they just can't see your tank top. And if I'm sure if I put mine just here, it would look like yours too. But when it goes like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you should be thinking strategically from day one, buddy.
So you're saying I should encourage you to show more? Or what are you trying to say?
I'm saying you're encouraged because you have more skin showing.
I just love wearing tank tops.
So do I.
You didn't wear it on the World Series Poker Main Event?
It's cold. It's so cold. I wish I could wear like cute outfits, but you really have to be like covered or else you're freezing.
I know. It's impossible to be in there without a hoodie or anything like that.
Yeah, like every time I wear a cute outfit, you don't see it because I have a jacket over.
So you're saying most of your outfits are very cute, but you have to cover them with a jacket.
Not that they're mostly cute, because I know you're not going to see them, so I usually keep it pretty plain. I'm not really I don't like spending a lot of time getting dressed. So I don't wear jewelry. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't spend a lot of time picking out my outfit. So when I play, especially when I play poker, I like to keep it real simple. I usually wear all black. Black pants, a black shirt, and a black sweatshirt. Yeah, you really
can't go wrong with all black. It's perfect.
Yeah.
DPAR28 says, "I'd let Kelly beat my ass." Thank you.
See, but that's the thing, though. If someone wants it, it's not fun. You have to not want it. If someone wants to get their ass beat, it's kind of uncomfortable. If someone was beat me up, I'd be like, you have to fight it.
That's what I mentioned about the woman. That's the kind of woman that I met before. Yeah.
So what did you do, Joey?
I said, I'm not going to be able to do it. I told her, nah, play it. I can't do it. She said she wanted me to have a knife. You have a knife out and you threaten. She wanted to be threatened to the point of almost dying. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That's awesome. What happened to this chick?
I sent her to Shower City. I gave her a one-way bus ticket. What do you mean?
DM me, girl, whoever that is.
You don't want to meet. It's coincidentally enough, that girl I actually talked about in the previous story spoke with her as well too. The girl that I mentioned about at the Poker Awards.
What? This is awesome. I love that you have so much drama going on.
Not really. This is all older. This is all old stuff.
Lots of girls fighting over you, and trying to get a lot of intense stuff.
That was before. That doesn't happen now.
Really? Really? What was that weird look you did twice? What are you looking at?
Nothing. That doesn't happen now. That was back in the day. You wouldn't know. You're living the married life, but that's that's my reality.
All right, that's fair. I like it. You should write a book about this. Your second book.
I actually am writing a book on this in a way.
Are you?
Yeah,
it's a book. Life?
It's a book about what women want men to know about sex.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, tell me more.
So the premise came when I went to the bookstore and I found a book written by a woman about what women want men to know, and I was like, well, I want to write this book, but write it differently and then put in some of my own experiences and stuff like that.
That's awesome. I'm really looking forward to this book.
Thank you. Yes, I was technically supposed to have it done before, but I've written a little bit of it, and I don't know when it'll ever be done, but I think it'll help out my male listeners out there very much.
Maybe not just males.
Well, I don't really have too many female listeners, so I'm not going to count on them helping out in the book, but yeah. Have you written a book before?
I have not, but I've wanted to on multiple different topics.
Like what?
Well, you may see. I'm in the works of writing one now, so I can't give away all my secrets.
Is it a book about poker? A book about your life? A book about what?
It's a book about poker. Nothing on my life. That's boring.
Is it a book about dating and poker?
No.
Is it a book about... What's it about?
You'll see. I'll come back on your show to present it to your followers.
Thank you.
When it's done.
I think they would love that.
They will love it. It's going to be incredible. They will love it.
50 Shades of Poppy.
But yeah, exactly. That's what your book is. Mine isn't about sex for sure.
Oh my gosh, man. Let's take a couple more questions from the chat out there, guys. These comments are getting out of line, bro. Fuck, I can't read these things anymore. What? They're Kevin says, who remembers when Poppy could send messages and talk to the guests at the same time? Listen, man, I'm just trying to think. I gotta decide out of line or in line I'm in this podcast.
Yeah, Poppy, step it up. I don't have access to the chat. So that's your job to relay those messages.
Okay, let me tell you some of the more recent ones.
Okay.
This lady is a nympho. This girl is definitely a nympho. My love read on Kelly is that she is a freak in the closed bedroom doors. Joey, I'll lay you any odds she loves to be dominated in the bedroom.
Wait, these aren't questions. These are comments.
You said you want to comment. These are what they're saying.
No, you need to tell me what they're saying. Comments I can respond to.
They think you can respond to that. I don't know. This is where this is headed to. I don't know what's happening. All the blood isn't in Joey's brain right now. I'm a little flustered, guys. You're right. You're right.
Joey, take a deep breath. It's okay. Calm down. Good. It's okay.
All right, I'm back. All
right, you're back. Are you back?
This one's good. This one's way more comfortable for me. Who's our toughest player to play against? Chester Watson asks.
Who is the toughest?
Yes, the toughest player to play against.
Are you ready yet, Joey?
I'm ready.
Toughest player to play against.
It's frozen in a weird angle right now. Okay, it's back.
Let's see. God, why am I not thinking of someone? Oh, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's Spanish. He was like one of the chip leaders. Sorry. He was a chip leader in the main event. Sam Bernabo or something. I played against him at the WPT in Jacksonville, and he's really good.
I don't know who that is.
Sam Bernabo or something. He's really good.
Bernabo Gilbert.
Yeah, him.
Makes sense. I'll watch out for him. Hopefully I don't see this little Spanish kid right here.
Don't fuck with him. He's a vicious monster.
Is he more of a vicious monster than you are?
No, of course not.
I thought you were the biggest gangster at the table.
So I'm the biggest gangster for sure.
How do you think your gangster would handle Justin Bonomo?
Justin Bonomo, we've actually played together before a couple years ago. He told me that I looked like Danny Stern's wife.
I think her name's Stephanie. Yeah, I can kind of see that actually. Yeah, a little bit.
It's like, you look like Danny Stern's wife. I think she's Greek or something. I don't know. He had me like Google her. Bonomo. How would I play against Bonomo? I don't know. Maybe we'll play at some point and I'll let you know.
Yeah, you two should play for sure.
We for sure should play. I mean, to decide who's really the best.
Maybe it could be a heads up match, special heads up match. Kelly, Minkin,
Yeah.
Justin
Yeah.
Bonomo.
Yeah. Let's do it.
It could be. Yeah. You could wear those cool circular glasses from the main event.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be a really fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle playing you if you wear the glasses. So during our Acid live stream where there's Limit Omaha involved, you can't wear the glasses because I just
I'll keep them off.
Yeah, I'd be way too intimidated by you, I think, if you had the glasses on. So
You're still going to be intimidated when I'm there in person. It doesn't matter if I have glasses or not. Even if I'm playing your game, you're still.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I wish it wasn't live stream, for fuck's sakes, man. Oh my God. I gotta watch what I say here, okay? I gotta watch what I say. I don't think so. Are people usually intimidated by you?
It depends.
What intimidates them about you exactly? What do you think it is?
I just have a very strong personality. That's intimidating.
You have a strong person. Maybe to weak people it's intimidating. But I don't think it's intimidating to other people who have a strong personality as well.
It depends how strong. And if someone else has a strong personality and I like dominate the conversation or whatever is going on, then that is intimidating. I know that because it's happened to me before. When you're a strong personality and you're like aggressive, and then someone else like more like stronger and more aggressive comes, like it's intimidating no matter what anybody says.
I don't think so.
For sure.
I think that's I think that's a bad way to look at it, though. I mean, I don't know. I doing the podcast and I talk with a lot of people who some people might consider intimidating presence, but I don't think you can. I don't look at it like that at all, really. I just look at that's how that person is, and they want to fucking keep talking, so I'll just let them keep talking a lot of times.
That's a little different, though. I'm talking more so in person. Like it's a lot harder to like intimidate someone over a video.
I mean, I know people who talk a lot in person. I never feel intimidated, but I just feel like they love speaking much more than I do. So I just let them speak, sort of thing like that. Like, for instance, I don't want to mention any names, but let's say I'm with a friend and one of my poker friends loves fucking on, then shut the fuck up. So it's not like I'm intimidated by him when we go out and he's speaking. It's like, I just can't be bothered to really care that much to even try to speak higher, speak louder, speak more aggressive, or do whatever. So I think in that situation, that's what I find with a lot of those people is that they just fucking love talking. So,
well, yeah, I think maybe you're like misunderstanding because it's not necessarily talking more, because I don't think that's aggressive per se or strong per se. I think it's more so just like the energy you project. You know, like there's a lot of people that talk a lot or talk none, and it doesn't necessarily affect how strong or weak their personality is. You know, it's just like more so when it comes to competition.
I don't know. I got over this a long time ago, because I think I used to maybe feel that way when I was younger, but then I started realizing it just doesn't matter a lot. So, and especially I think I started realizing that when I started in the podcast a lot too, was that I just treat everyone the same, whether they're smart, or whether they're famous, or whether they're an athlete, or whether they're not famous, or whether I think they're stupid, or whatever it is. I just treat everyone the same, and I'm not necessarily intimidated by or look down on or look up to anybody like that. I just try to treat everyone the same, basically, because I sort of see how some people treat me, whether it's I don't know, very weirdly. So I don't ever want to do that to someone else, because I know I personally don't like it. So
wait, who treats you weirdly?
Not weirdly, but just like some things people say, or if they're like, I don't know, just like you meet people that are fans, or that are whatever, that are stalkers, or that are whoever. So
you have stalkers? Let's hear.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah.
What's your craziest stalker moment?
I don't know. That's another story for another time.
Another story? Oh my God.
Another story for another time, for sure.
Another girl like busted a knife out and then handed it to you and said, kill her?
Well, I mean, I've had both. I've had male and female stalkers.
I'm so sorry.
Shout out to the stalkers, man. Listen,
shout out to you guys. You guys keep us going, man.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy your stalkers. So I enjoy the stalkers. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of an interesting thing, just the idea of intimidation. That's why when you said I'm intimidated by you, I laughed a lot, because I don't feel that way about anyone having a conversation with someone. It's like, what do you have to be intimidated by if you're having a conversation with somebody?
Yeah, you misunderstood. I said you would be if we were in a situation where we're on acid and we're playing PLO. I don't need my glasses to intimidate you. That's what I meant.
Nah,
I don't think I'm intimidating you now. That would be weird.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. But I mean, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out during. We need a name for this thing.
Stream.
It needs a name.
Operation.
I like where this is headed so far. Okay.
Stream help.
Operation what?
I said stream help.
Stream help? Oh, you want the help? Oh, okay. I was like, what kind of fucking name is that?
Operation Get Lit.
Okay, Operation Get Lit. Maybe we're gonna have to brainstorm that for sure.
Operation Third Eye.
Operation Third Eye. Okay.
Operation Fan Experience.
OOL with Joey and Kelly. I kind of like that too.
Yeah, done. Booked.
I kind of like that too.
We need to make this like a paid subscription for sure, because we can't just let everyone watch it. It's gonna be too good.
So you think people should have to pay for this?
Yeah, like $5 for sure.
Are we doing this on like a out of line site or something? Is this sounds like it's going down a route? This sounds like it's like one of those sex sites.
It's gonna be on Vivid.
Right. It's like where they're like jacking off on camera or something like that. This took a turn. This took a turn. I initially thought we were doing acid and playing Limit Omaha. I didn't think it was going to be on a paid, like a Chatterbait kind of site. Cause then they ask you to do weird things. And
Yeah, no, I wouldn't jack off on camera. No, I wouldn't do that to you, Joey.
that lagged out a little bit, probably for the best, but what did you say?
I said I wouldn't jack off in front of you. Then you would be intimidated.
Why is that?
You don't want to know. Let's just say you would be incompatible.
I would be incompatible if you were jacking off in front of me. I would be incompatible.
Incompatible, yeah.
You saying I'd be like I couldn't move. I'd be just I'd be.
No, I'd say you would be like so insignificant compared to me that you would just shrivel up and die.
In your head, during that moment, that's what would happen.
In real life, you would just disappear from the face of the earth.
If I witnessed that.
Yeah. Yeah. You would be like so intimidated, you would just shrivel up and die.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's just not go there. I wouldn't want to like murder you on screen like that.
I think the audience would enjoy that though. I don't know especially if this is the way I went out by you jacking off on stream. I think, I don't know. People are saying they'd pay a lot more than $5 for this. I agree.
Boom. Let's do this.
How much would they pay? My God.
Yeah, how much would you guys pay? 100 per view? Let's set a price. Let's set a line, Joey.
Yeah, maybe we can make $100,000 from this.
That's not even scratching the surface. We could become millionaires.
The chat is so fired up. No wonder she's married. She's actually not married technically.
Yeah, I'm not married.
She's not married, but she's on the path to marriage. Do you have a child too?
No.
Okay.
I don't have a child. My niece is pretty much like my child. She's almost 10.
I thought that was your daughter. I thought you had a kid.
No. I don't have any kids.
Huh. Okay.
I think I would act a lot different if I had kids.
How would you act differently?
I'd be, like an adult.
You don't think you're an adult now?
No, I'm not. I'm not an adult. I saw someone asking me about how I sit with my knees up at the table, because I get a lot of people comment on like how I sit at the table. I always sit like Indian style or like with my knees to my chest or something like that. And people are like, how do you sit like that? It's like, I never stopped sitting like that since I was a child. Like, I'm still a child. At my desk at work, I purposely face my desk, like looking at the door, so I could sit with my Indian style in my chair. That's not a lie. I am a child.
Sorry, I'm just reading this comment. I'm sorry. His comments are hilarious. He says, let's bring this back to why Joey would die if she masturbated in front of him. I mean, come on. This is great. This is what I want. This is how I'd have my show be normally if I could. I would have it just be a mix of business and pleasure, a mix of
business and pleasure,
and mix of inline and out of line.
It's GTO. We're perfectly balanced.
This is very GTO. GTO is a way of life for sure. This is perfect. Like, your whole t-shirt has come to fruition in this moment right here. You guys are all witnessing this. So this is
GTO.
what GTO was. The word GTO was invented for moments like this.
No, that's sure. GTO is a way of life. This is our way of life. Literally, we're experiencing it right now.
Whoa.
It's real.
Damn. Okay. Wow. Oof.
Now that the chat's all revved up, what else is on the list of discussion
Sure.
points?
Let me find some stuff. Let me find some more more comments from the chat out there. I'm ready for this pot, Limit Omaha. You seem like you'd be a good student, a good student to take on.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm in. What's the plan?
You tell me. You're the lab director.
The pot, Limit Omaha apostle. I'm like Jesus Christ for pot, Limit Omaha.
Jesus. Not to be blasphemous or anything. He's just being serious.
Yeah, I'm like a pot, Limit Omaha apostle. That's definitely me. I think we'll figure it out for sure. Chris K says this will go down as the most out-of-line pod of all time. Kelly is truly unfiltered, and Poppy is caught off guard by some of it.
Yeah, Poppy, you really are.
Listen, I just, you know what? You got to be careful. You got to be careful in poker now. You say something, and someone's gonna get upset about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to.
Whatever. So what?
You got to be careful.
If someone's upset, they'll be okay. They'll be okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
Helen Padunto, Joey, are you going to direct message? I didn't actually read that last part of this question. Never mind. Joey, are you going to direct message Kelly after this? ... If you know what I mean. Helen, I'll let you know the answer to that question another time, but we'll see. What do you think, Helen? What do you think, Kelly? What do you think, chat? What do you guys think? Am I going to direct message Kelly after this ... If you know what I mean.
You for sure are going to, because you need to tell me that one piece of information you said you were going to tell me.
Oh,
and you don't have my number, so you would inherently have to message me.
That's true. I guess to get your number, I'd have to send you a message. That's true. Wow.
Done.
Damn. That's deep.
Done and done.
Wow. Where did you get your screen name from? The illest. Is that a self-affirmation?
No, you know what? I can't remember. Everyone asked me this. This is from way before I even played poker. I had that nickname, but I can't remember where it came from. It's stuck though, and it's been there for some time. I actually have a bunch of nicknames.
What are your other nicknames?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. I'm gonna come up with a nickname for you, by the way. But Machine Gun Kelly, okay.
Machine Gun Kelly. Minks, for my last name.
Minks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cowbell.
Cowbell, okay.
That's it.
Well, we're gonna have to come up with another nickname for you too.
Let's do
Kelly
it.
Minkin. What are we thinking? Kelly. Oh, wait a second. I mean, it's a solid nickname. I don't know. We'll have to come up with something. I'll kind of get in the lab. I'll simulate a little bit.
All
I'll
right.
figure something out.
We're gonna follow up on this. It better be good.
I will. I like Machine Gun Kelly. That's a pretty fun name.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, and that's a very sick name.
Yeah, the dealer was like, made that name for me, and everyone was like, all right, that's your name.
I mean, it kind of fits. Machine Gun Kelly sounds like, after seeing how you play, that seems like a very appropriate name for you. You seem like you're blasting through with machine guns all around.
Yeah, I like that. I like that approach.
Yeah. Here, let me
Just
go
keep
through.
your finger on the trigger.
So your finger's always on the trigger. You're always ready to fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm always ready. Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Someone said, how is... Oh, that's for me. Never mind. You got to love American Girls. Kelly's not like all American girls. They're slightly different than most American girls I've met before. Winsanity, would she rather date Justin Schwartz or never win a World Series poker event?
Obviously. I like Justin.
I'd rather date Justin than not win a World Series poker event personally. That's just me.
That's an easy question. Guys, give me something hard.
Give her some hard questions, guys. Come on, let's hear some. Kipslip wants some life advice. You got one piece of life advice.
One piece of life advice?
Mm-hmm.
Do what makes you happy. Be around people who contribute to that.
What makes you happy right now in your life?
Laughing. relaxing, traveling, winning.
So traveling, winning, relaxing,
Laughing,
laughing,
eating.
eating.
That's it.
Okay. Makes sense.
It's easy. It's easy. Don't make it
Simple.
complicated. It's easy. Life's about the stuff that is easy to attain but hard to realize it's easy to attain.
Mm.
Right?
Taking that in. I'm just taking it in.
Take it in. Take it in. Take some time on that one.
I'm letting it sink in right now. These other questions are just too bad. We can't ask these questions. For fuck's sakes, guys. Come on.
Guys, come on. Be appropriate here.
Are you ever think about starting a vlog or something like that? I think people would really enjoy it.
This is the thing. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't want to do the work. I think it's like what you do. I don't think people realize like how much time, energy, like production, like editing, putting it online. Like I'm not prepared for that. So to make a commitment like that, I'd have to have like at least 3 people helping me like do everything, and then I just show up and like make a video and they do everything else. Because I just couldn't commit I couldn't commit to that. I wish I could. I wish I had the like tools because I think it would be super cool, but someone else has to do all the work.
So if we can put a team together that would do the work, then you would make the vlog.
Yeah, I would for sure do it. I would do, I would do poker content. I would stream. I would do non-poker stuff, whatever people wanted, but not actually make the videos. That's too much work for me.
I can understand that. That's what a lot of people say.
It's so much. And like, if you're not familiar with like video editing, I think you're like way behind.
But you also said you love to learn. So I learned how to do all that myself. It just takes some time.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
Kind of going full circle here, back to the first thing that you said, you love to learn.
I do love to learn, but about stuff I'm interested in. Like I don't really have a desire to learn about video editing.
Makes sense.
So I don't know. We will see if the opportunity presents itself at a certain time.
Maybe
And maybe it'll happen.
Maybe we should do a video where our first video of you learning Pot Limit Omaha. We could do like it could be like a series about you learning Pot Limit Omaha and me and you talking Pot Limit Omaha.
Let's do it. The thing is, like, I mean, I know the very like elementary rules of PLO, and I did play in this like half PLO, half Hold'em game. Like I got talked into playing this, and I played one orbit and overplayed a set. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like had third set or something, a set of queens, and was like bet, like shoved the river, and I got called with worse because you realize I had no idea what I was doing. So then I just scooped that pot, and I'm like, I'm never playing this ever again. But now you've convinced me to play.
I didn't have to do much convincing. You were already excited about it.
Yeah, I'm like, let's do it. No, I've always, let me rephrase that. I'm not going to play without learning like how to actually play.
Okay.
So I'm in the lab. You can count me in.
Okay. I'll count you in. I'll counter in, guys. I'm going to counter in for Pot Limit Omaha for sure.
Has this? Go ahead.
Do you like edibles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have a pretty high tolerance to weed, so it's not as fun anymore. So I think I may quit.
You're going to retire?
I think I may hang up my hat. So we'll see. Yeah, but yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it when I can like recognize a difference.
Yeah, I just started trying them, and see, I'm currently trying these ones right here. Can't really see.
Are they the Khalifa Kush ones? Hold on.
Yeah. Yes, they're Khalifa Kush. Yes.
Are they the mango flavor?
These are not. I'm not sure what flavor these are actually. Good question.
So how many of those are you taking? One?
Oh no, I just take half.
You take half?
Yeah, I can't. I'm a newbie. I'm not.
Okay, okay.
I'm a
And
noob.
do you tell a difference or no?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
If I take like 5 milligrams, I feel the difference, and then 10 milligrams, you feel it a lot. That's when it really starts getting more like psychoactive, though. I think at 5, it's just you feel a little bit high, whereas at 10, that's when you start like thinking things, and it slows down a little bit, and you start like perceiving
things.
You start actually thinking some things. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking some things.
All right.
But I'm a noob at it, though. I'm very recent to the party.
Well, good luck. Let me know how that goes.
I will. Thank you, soldier. I will let you know for sure.
You're welcome, sir.
Guys, we'll take one or two more questions on the chat and wrap it up since we've been going for a while now.
We have
been going for a while now. That's true.
And we can always do part 2 if you guys want.
I think they would enjoy that for sure.
Okay.
Let's find one good question from you guys in the chat. One more. When did YouTube start streaming softcore porn? If this is softcore porn to you,
I'm so sorry.
Then that is strange for sure. Chris K. No, that's not gonna. Would Kelly ever stream online poker? She would crush Twitch.
Yeah, I would. If someone showed me how to do it and like people wanted to actually see me do it, I for sure would.
There you go. I think they would like to see you do it though.
Let's do it.
This will be the last question, then we'll wrap it up. Fuck it. Okay. Fuck Marry Kill, Daniel Negreanu, Tom Dwan, or me.
Wait, what is it? What's the question?
Fuck Marry Kill, Daniel Negreanu, Tom Dwan, or myself.
Who's the myself?
Me.
Oh, you.
It says Joey, Daniel Negreanu, or Tom Dwan. Fuck Marry Kill. That's a great question. Thank you. I love that question. Perfect for the
Fuck Joey, marry Daniel,
what?
Kill Tom Dwan.
You would marry Daniel? Why would you marry Daniel?
Because it would be awesome. What do you mean?
Why would that be awesome to be married to Daniel Negreanu? Are you for real?
I wouldn't have to do shit. I could just wear Lululemon all day and look cute.
But then you'd have to be married to Daniel though too. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to be married to Daniel.
He's a sweetheart.
So you'd rather be married to Daniel than myself or Tom Dwan?
Well, I don't know Tom Dwan. He looks scary, so no, I wouldn't want to marry him.
Okay.
And you, I don't know how you're doing, so I don't know anything about you really. And Daniel seems nice, and we've interacted enough that I know if we were married, I could do it.
Makes sense.
I could do it.
People in the chat. I've never seen so many hidden messages that are because like the moderator, you can hide messages, and like so many that are kind of appropriate too. So,
that's awesome. I like getting everyone revved up. This is great.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Stop avoiding the fuck Joey. I'm not avoiding it. Don't worry. That's guys. Let's wrap it up.
I answered it.
I know. Well, I know you answered.
Wait, why is your icon gone now? Are you blushing?
I'm not blushing. I'm here.
Wait, it just says J11 on my phone.
Oh. Maybe it broke.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I had to click it. You're back.
Joey, she wants your children. I don't think so.
No, Joey and Sasha have a thing going on. I'm gonna respect it.
Okay, let's wrap it up, guys. Thanks everybody for watching. If you watch, make sure you listen. If you like this video right now, you'll be in line to see Out of Line with Kelly and Joey when we do our first acid trip, okay?
Yes. Well, you're first.
One like equals one great summer. Okay?
I hope you guys enjoyed it and it was entertaining.
I hope everybody enjoyed it too. This is a great podcast. I had a lot of fun. I cannot wait for part 2. And I cannot wait to see more comments from you guys in the chat because they're fucking hilarious. So that's what I got. Much love, guys. Be back next Monday with Doug Polk, the Supreme Leader, at I can't remember what time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern, something like that. So if you want to follow Kelly on Instagram and Stalker, it's at the _illest, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to follow her on Twitter, it's at the _illest as well too.
But 3 L's, no I. It's the_LLLEST.
Okay.
The other one was already taken, so I
Okay.
had to bootleg it.
Okay. The_3 L's est. So lest. Okay.
The list.
The
Or
L.
you could just search my name and I come up
Okay.
if you're having trouble.
Perfect. Sounds good. Kyle Pearson, top 3 podcasts of all time, Joey.
Joey!
All right, guys. Peace out. Adios. I'm out of here. Much love. Take care. Adios. Good.